Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to After the Credits, episode 111, or 111, if you
One
will.
on
Happy afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Voice finally, I think, back to like 100%.
Hey, let's go.
Last week we were like basically good, but there's still a little resonance. And now we're like, I've just been talking all week. I've just been like, oh, I can fully talk now. This is
You
great.
have conversation.
It's been awesome. It's been awesome. Ben is with us, starting out with the stream. Ben, how are you today? How's it going?
Tired, very, very tired, but
It's that you know what? I feel you. I don't know how it is where you are, but like this week has been like spring fever kind of weather. Like it's been like in the 40s, the 50s. Thursday's gonna be in the 60s, and I do think that's like throwing me off. That like change of weather,
no, for sure.
Vibe.
Yeah, I'm in. So I live in Cali, right? And
that's right. Okay.
Yeah, and in Cali, it hasn't rained for like weeks. Today it's raining all day, and it's meant to rain for the next week and a half. And I don't. First of all, I have to. Oh no! But here's the thing: it's not raining during the weekend. But honestly, I don't care because I have to go to classes throughout the week,
and
I don't want to go to class in the rain.
You know what else I don't care about? Taz is here. No, it's
crazy
stuff. Hello.
Crazy stuff.
And now you're blurry, Taz. What the hell's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah, he's blurry for me actually.
What the hell?
Oh, I see it on the live feed, but I don't see it on my end.
That's how Ben was like 10 seconds ago. Like he was in here and it was like he was blurry.
I think I'm a little blurrier on the live feed, but I think I'm okay. I'm less blurry than Taz.
Yeah, no, okay, you're good now, Taz. You're good now.
There you go. Yep.
Okay. So it just took a second to like
weird.
There's always a new StreamYard's just being StreamYard. Like it's weird every single week. Like there's something new, some random thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we gotta chill. You know what? These next couple weeks are going to be chill episodes, which I really appreciate. We've officially wrapped up the Christmas lineup, which is funny to say in like February, but like the Fallout kind of era of shows.
Yeah.
What else was around the era? Fallout.
Onto the March lineup.
Percy Jackson, like that lineup of stuff is over, and these next like 3 or 4 weeks, 3 weeks mainly, are going to be us being like, all right, I guess 2 weeks because we got Ted here in a couple weeks, which we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But like this week, next 2 or so weeks, they're going to be us being like, you know what, we got Shrinking, which we're bringing into the rotation. I guess we can announce it here as well. We're going to be touching on some Black Mirror episodes as this fun little filler episodes to talk about. That will start next week, ladies and gentlemen. And also we got some news, we got some trailers, we're gonna have a chill vibe over these next couple weeks. I'm excited. I like our structure, but it's nice, I think, before the storm we're getting at the end of March and April, just to have a couple weeks of like, all right, we can chillax a little bit. It's not too serious, not too crazy.
Literally, I think it's a month from today Invincible season 3 comes out, or season 4 comes out.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the start of like
then we're in the end times. Like then it's like all hands on deck until like I think we get like a little brief reprieve maybe in the summer, like right before like big movie time. But then
June should have like a kind of breather area.
Yeah.
Depends when stuff drops, because I know like the main thing I'm kind of like calculating is like X-Men. Like that I think is my big summer show. Like X-Men is the thing. And that's
true.
Like
here's
last year we talked X-Men alone, nothing else, just X-Men for like an hour each. Like it's going to be hard for me to like contain, especially if there's multiple shows that like going on. It's going to be hard for me to be like, all right, crap it up.
That show was so good, man. I'm so excited for season 2.
Yeah. Let's look at some of the chat. Cameron said, "Hey everybody, what up, Cameron?
Hello there.
I'm ready for the warmer weather. I would give my 10th born child to have warmer weather sooner.
This is child.
Mainly because I don't think I'm ever having 10 children, so I feel like I can make that bet.
Darren having 9 children confirmed?
Yeah, no, I have to make sure I stop at 9.
Stop at 9, yeah.
Yeah. Hello, is this the Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick. Is that the right quote?
Yes.
Yes.
No, this is Pat. Okay, I don't watch SpongeBob, but I do know. a
No,
couple
this is Patrick.
Okay. I also can't wait for the time change. Yeah,
That's
we're
March
getting-
8th, I think.
Yeah,
'Cause
We're
I have a friend's
start-
birthday is March 9th, and I think it's the day before.
we're
Oh,
we're
nice.
we're getting it. Where
It's
it's like,
quickly
it's
approaching
not-
then.
Yeah, it's not getting. It used to be it'd be dark at 5 o'clock, and I'd cry because I hate it. And now it's like, okay, it's waiting until like almost 6 o'clock ish, at least
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taz and Ben need to put on your handsome faces. They always got handsome faces, guys. It's fine. Isn't crazy people covering 5+ show a week was normal during the. That is true. That is
Yeah.
very
But
true.
that was a very different era.
Well, and everything was connected too. Is like everything
it
kind of
easier,
like
yeah.
flowed together. You could kind of put certain things off to the wayside if you needed to.
That's
But
true.
now we've got so many different things that are all their
It
own.
was like one long show.
universes.
Yeah.
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 With the Arrowverse, each one kind of piled off each other. Where if you go lead this one to the next one, next one, next one, you can't really do that with these.
Right. And you knew like, okay, you didn't really have to talk too much about like Legends or anything like that. You
Or
could like,
Battle.
briefly, but like, and then when it came time, like honestly, what this reminds me of is when it came time for the big crossovers, when you actually had to like lock in. Like those were some of the best times, man.
The
Those
good
were
old
some of the
days.
best times.
The
Yeah.
good old days.
Yeah,
many
it's-
hours of sleep before school were sacrificed. Back
Well, like
then.
shout out to like all the people that did like everything. So like they did the Arrowverse stuff, obviously, but then you'd go over to Fox to watch Gotham, and then go over
Mhm.
to ABC to watch Agents of Shield, and
Yeah.
later on you'd have like Cloak and Dagger and
That is the
Runaways.
golden era of comic book TV.
Yeah, dude.
That is. There was a Comic-Con panel. I think it was 2018. I wasn't there, but I saw it. And it was just like all the DC shows, just like with all the actors from
Yeah.
Gotham, the Arrowverse, just all in one panel, and it sounds awesome. And I'm like, but they can't do
I
anything
missed
like that today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss it. I guess the closest thing we're gonna get to it now is like The Boys. I guess is kind of the closest thing right now, but they're like they don't air at the
Yeah.
same time, right? They're
Yeah.
which is good, but
I'm currently on my way of binging the Marvel Netflix shows, which is another thing that gave me that similar feeling.
Mhm.
Yes.
Because-
Yeah.
So like I just finished watching Jessica Jones season 1. I think I'm going to start Luke Cage season 2 tomorrow, or season 1
Okay.
tomorrow. So that it's a similar enough feeling, but different.
Yeah.
I need to finish it. I need to finish those.
No, they're really good. It just I'm trying to watch them all before Born Again season 2, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I
And
have a
wait, that
couple
comes
left.
out it's end of March, correct?
Yeah, it's about a week
Okay.
after Invincible, so I think March 24th.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you got about a month. You get a
Yeah.
little month.
I'm trying to
month
at
or
least-
month and some.
I'm trying to
change.
at least finish Jessica Jones before then, because
I need to finish that final season before.
Yeah, I was about to say. Actually, you know what? That should be something that we cover on here. I gotta let me add that to my watch list.
I've seen the first 2 seasons. I've never seen the final season.
Same. I never saw that final season either. Like I kept meaning to
Okay.
watch it.
Yeah, I kept
Let me
Maybe
put
we
that at
can
the
do-
top of my.
Maybe
at
we
the
can do
top of
like
my
a
TV
ranking,
list.
like we can rank
Yeah.
the Netflix Marvel seasons or something. That would be fun.
And you've had Born Again as well.
Yeah. What is that? Season 3, I
Of
believe.
Jessica Jones, yeah. The
Yeah,
only 2
yeah,
seasons
yeah.
of I've never seen. I've never seen Jessica Jones season 3, and I've never seen Luke Cage season 2. Just 2 of those seasons I just never got around to
I
watching.
haven't. Yeah, I'm saying
Yeah.
I got through most of my rewatches before season 1, but those last couple of seasons I just ran out of time.
Well, like I
Didn't
said,
get
I literally watched everything except for that final season of Jessica Jones, and I'm not really sure why. I don't know what was going on at that time.
I
I remember
don't
being excited
personally-
leading into it.
Yeah.
Well, at that time, everything was kind of getting canceled. Like, I remember going
Yeah.
into that season,
Yeah.
they weren't sure if it was the end. Like, I think Daredevil had already been canceled. I think one of the
Yeah,
others,
Ben.
or a couple, had already been canceled.
Yes.
And so, like, I do remember going. Actually, I think that was the last one that aired, if I remember correctly. And
it
so
was either
everyone,
that. It was either that or Punisher season 2.
it's one of the last ones. And I wasn't watching then, but like I do remember this kind of like depressing end, like this like depressing energy of people being like, well, it's probably the last time we're watching these characters, and it was
Until Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
Until we got reignited.
Have you guys been paying attention to the Greg Sipes of it all?
I know about it.
I
But
I kind of know bits and pieces of it, but
So I
not
don't think
enough
I
to-
ever. I never covered it on Pipeline when we were doing news for Pipeline, mainly because at the time there were so many conflicting reports. There was a lot of he said, she said. Warner Brothers had their statements, and then Greg Sipes was like, "No, they're lying," and there was no real
Yeah.
paper trail to be like, "Oh no, they're telling the truth." Like there was no, again, like he said, she said. Let me pull it up though. So and please comments correct me if I miss any version of this story, because there's so many statements and things that were said. But midway through last year, we got the news that Greg Stipes would no longer would be the voice of Beast Boy in Teen Titans Go, who has been doing that role for about 20 years, who had worked for the network for 20 years for Teen Titans Go, the Beast Boy miniseries, obviously on my side of the tank, Ben 10 for 3 whole series.
Yeah.
Like Greg Sipes, say what you will about the man.
There's never going to be a better
Legendary.
Beast Boy than him.
Yeah.
No, I mean, and he's got a very legendary voice, and
Young Justice. Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
It's very tough to replace that without it sounding like a cheap knockoff.
I think he's literally one of the only voices for Beast Boy. Like, you don't have even Young Justice stole him. It's the DC animated movies, like a bunch of the Lego ones randomly stole him. Like, he is just Beast Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a weird situation because he was diagnosed with Parkinson's. That was the big thing, and from what we had kind of heard, it was like he was no longer able to perform at the level that the network needed him to. And again, that's such a broad statement, but I kind of I get it.
I understand it.
I mean,
it could have been handled better.
I was gonna say, what's the the workers? What is that called? The workers' rights and things like that, right? Is you can't be let go because you have an illness or a disability or something like that, right? Even if it quote unquote does affect your quality of work, you can't, as a big time corporation, you can't just be like, all right, well, we got rid of him because he can't he can't do what he used to do.
But also,
even if that is their reasoning, you've got to find a better rationale or come to some sort of mutual understanding.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. I think it was kind of on their side is he was still doing stuff for the show, right? He was still doing stuff for the network. He just could no longer do what they needed to do for baseball, which I think is valid. If again, this is a big corporation, this is a big industry. If he couldn't do it, right, I can understand them being we have to go a different direction. But I think him going online and being well, they can't kick me out of the studio. I have AI on my side. I'm going to make what I need to make without the studio. And I'm this is not how you get your job back.
Not handled well.
This is, and I think it's just a bunch of things have kind of piled on. It's this pro AI approach. It's the anti-vax things that's come out. There's rumors that he's maybe lied about the Parkinson, not that he has it, but the degree of how they handled it. There's been all of these things at play. Yeah. And again, I want to defend the guy. I love Greg Sipes. I've had many conversations with him on social media. Again, one of my childhood heroes. He's Michelangelo. He's Kevin. He's Beast Boy. He's so many of my favorite characters. But I don't know. I don't love how things are being handled. I kind of on both sides, but I think mainly on his, where I'm oh man, you're not making it easy to come to your defense when a lot of the stuff is coming out for it.
It's also it's unclear really who fired him or what happened there.
Sure, he's going after James Gunn,
which
I don't believe. That's so small. No offense to Greg, I think this is so much kind of small potatoes, I think, for James Gunn.
Seriously, yeah.
if anything, it'd be Peter Safran, but even then, I think there are people below him that probably made that decision.
I bet James Gunn didn't even know he was fired.
He's probably like,
Yeah.
like, no offense, but James Gunn is like, who's Craig Sipes? Like
he probably knows his voice. Like, he probably knew his voice from Teen Titans and all that.
Right.
But I highly doubt he would know him by name.
Yeah. Again, here it's the other.
I don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
It's just a weird situation because, again, you can't necessarily validate any source that you're getting unless it was like statement from Warner Brothers, statement from James Gunn.
Yeah.
But again, I doubt that he has anything to do with that. That's more so, I would say, Cartoon Network, Warner Brothers, that side of the equation. Like, James Gunn is DC Films and, HBO and all of that. So, like, it's not really connected, although it is under the same umbrella. Like, again, that is a completely separate side of the track there. And
it
again,
is
obviously
under DC Studios now. Like, it is under their, like, Elseworld banner. But yeah, there's probably, just like any company, there are layers of what happens.
Yes.
And of course, James Gunn could come in and be like, oh, move some things around if he wanted to. But, like, again, I bet this was a much smaller division.
Probably. Do we even know who's, like, currently voicing Beast Boy?
I do not. I saw that he officially came back. They replaced him for a couple months. I saw, like, I think they had King Shark kind of in his place for a couple of months, which I would low-key kind of prefer if they kind of, if instead of recasting, if they were, like, you don't have to kill him off, but, like, I don't know, have another character take in that role because he is so iconic.
Yeah.
Like, have Squirrel Girl
get Animal Man.
Go get, like, Kid Flash or something as
that'd be great.
So, like, have it be like, oh yeah, Beast Boy went off to college or something like that, and just
he went back to the Doom Patrol.
Sure, exactly. Like, you could do that instead of being like, hey, it's someone else playing the character. Like, in some cases, I'm totally fine with a recast, but he seems so attached to Beast Boy, and the cast loves him so much. Like,
he wasn't just, as I said, he wasn't just Beast Boy in this. He did Young Justice. He did the DCAMU movies. He did the Beast Boy miniseries thing that came out last year, the shorts, which I haven't seen, but I've heard good things about.
Yeah.
So he was Beast Boy.
It's just a tough situation. And obviously, we're talking about somebody's health and somebody's career at the end of the day too, right? Yes, it's great, the character and all of that, but obviously too is you got to think about the actor, think about the person as well, and just hope that all is well in that regard, whether he's working as the beloved character or not. Just hope that the studio, parting ways with the studio and everything like that. Hopefully he's still able to, find work in the future, possibly come back later. Who knows, but
well, that's the thing that like this reaction, I wish he wasn't doing, because, and again, I don't know everything, like maybe they fucked him over completely, and if that's the case, of course, call up the studio. I'm not like advocating that at all, but like him with his AI shit being like, I don't need him, that limits your ability to return in the future. Parkinson's, I don't know anyone personally with Parkinson's, but Parkinson's is one of those diseases where sometimes you can come back, sometimes you can find improvements under the right care of a medical advisor, or the amount of medicines you take, or like me and Taz literally watched like our main topic today has a lot to do with Parkinson's, which is kind of a crazy coincidence, but like there is kind
of ironic.
Like there is a way, sometimes you can, I don't know, but again, I wish I don't know, it's tough, and probably a story I could see us covering again. Like there would probably be new statements and new
I was holding out hope for Teen Titans Season 6 until he got fired. I don't want it if he's not in it.
I think the bridge kind of passed on that at this point, though.
Like, isn't that so weird to think back on now? Is they literally teased this thing at the end of a movie, and it's like, oh hey, we're gonna give you guys this thing, and everybody got really really hyped and excited for it, and then nothing ever happened.
Well, technically, it kind of did,
something. Teen
They
Titans
did
Go versus
like
Teen
Teen Titans
Titans.
versus Teen Titans Go, and which is kind of wrapped
Which is
up.
technically meant to
Yeah.
have been what that cliffhanger was like leading to.
Not what people wanted though.
Not
No.
people wanted, but it was what they intended from the beginning.
Yeah.
Or what they intended from the beginning.
Yes.
Looking at chat, I saw someone bring up the Lanterns logo.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
logo.
right.
How about the
Yeah.
Lanterns logo? People are pissed about
okay.
that. I don't.
I mean, it's a logo. Like
It's a
there's
logo. What do you-
it's
what do you
nothing
say?
special. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
It's
it's,
a-
like something that we're gonna just like throw into Canva and say make this a PNG and then slap it on all of our Lanterns
It looks
videos.
the
Like it's
same
not.
as like the Superman logo or the Supergirl logo.
Yeah.
It just-
I think
That's
people
what
are
I-
just
Yeah,
mad it's not
there's
green.
absolutely nothing wrong with it.
No,
yeah,
it's ever
just
so
the fact that
slightly
it doesn't.
green.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think people are just upset with the fact that it doesn't have the actual like lantern symbol on it. It just says
Sure,
lanterns
but
in a
this also
slight
just might not
green
be-
hue.
Also, people
But-
just straight assumed if it's the official logo. This is a logo that they're using for merch. This might not be the logo they use to advertise the show.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the logo, like it's just the PNG logo. Like that's just what's gonna pop up, and that's what's gonna be like slapped
I
over
do
the
think-
actual like picture of the series on HBO, probably.
I do think we'll get a trailer in like March or April.
Yeah, and what's the expected release window on that one?
Fall, and my prediction is August or September.
They
but probably
said
fall.
late
Okay.
summer. We've
Yeah,
heard
late summer.
But yeah,
so-
yeah. So most likely whenever. When did Peacemaker start? That was September.
August.
August, September.
That's. I think Lanterns will follow a similar release schedule to what Peacemaker did.
Yeah, same. 'Cause
Although
then
I,
it'll give
like,
it the
I know
same.
the merch store officially,
They
I
did.
think, was teased or was released today. Like things are opening up for it.
Well,
which
yeah, that's how the
Okay.
logo got revealed. It was used out for the merch store.
I know some
Yeah.
people in my Discord was thinking, oh, well, maybe it'll come out tomorrow. Like we'll get a trailer tomorrow, and I was like,
That's it.
I don't know. That'd be cool, but I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I think we'll get
expect
it
it to
soon,
come out
Mitch,
until
but-
post Supergirl though.
The Peacemaker
Oh, yeah.
trailer came out 2 months before the show is coming out. So if we're under the
Really?
assumption that it
That would be
is
June.
May,
Oh, that's
June.
weird then.
I mean, it could come out. I guess because of Supergirl end of June. Maybe it comes out to like before Supergirl, like to like coexist with that.
Sure. Yeah, because the Peacemaker trailer came out before Superman. Which
Yeah,
at
but
the
Superman-
time was interesting because I was like, oh, aren't you spoiling something? Like not really, but like
Mhm.
like there were characters that we hadn't met yet in the
That were
trailer.
in that
and it was-
trailer, yeah.
And Lanterns will be very different though, because with characters and all that.
This is actually a good point. It could be September now that they've moved Clayface.
Yes, I'm thinking August and leading to September. I think they move Clayface so it doesn't interfere with like the back half of the season.
Hmm.
That's why I think they move Clayface, but we gotta just see. I'm hoping if it's only 8 episodes. Do we know?
I haven't heard, but I would
I'm not
assume.
sure.
Is it
Yeah,
8
probably
seems to be
somewhere
their
in the
go-to.
six to 9
No.
episode range, probably.
Yeah, 8 seems to be their go-to because Penguin and Peacemaker were both 8, and Creature Commandos was 7.
Okay.
I'm
so I
happy
want to
with
say 8. I'm happy.
I'm-
with
Yeah.
that.
In this day and age, I'm happy if we can get
Yeah.
8-hour-long episodes. I'm okay.
I'm waiting for the 6-episode thing to fizzle out. Marvel created that, and I've hated it ever since.
Yeah.
You know what
episodes is
bothers
not
me? A 7-episode season. Because it's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
random.
I
It's
don't like
like
odd numbers.
no.
I don't, but no, Creature Commandos worked. Every episode was good. Yeah, a good 7 episodes even.
Well, like,
Yeah.
oddly enough, though, like, I have less of a problem with a 9-episode season than a 7-episode season. Like, I feel like 7's like,
Fair.
what were we doing here? Like, we could have had like one more episode.
This is interesting. I did
That's
not
a
know
good
that.
one. That's a good. Yeah,
Ooh,
that's.
I
a
can see
good
that.
point.
Yeah. Okay. Well, show off Lanterns, House of the Dragon, probably. Euphoria. No, that will be April.
I
Yeah,
need
no.
Lanterns to get a teaser for people to shut up and say it doesn't look good because we've had a single scene.
I
that
need
it
them
took
to
2 guys
blow
walking.
people away.
I need them
to
to as well.
They need to show off the suits and need to show off the powers. If it's another,
Seriously.
You know they're
teaser
not,
of
though.
walking through a desert. Like,
No, I could see them showing off the suits. Maybe like the little teaser at the end of the teaser. Maybe Sinestro in his full suit
Dude,
or something.
I'm sorry, but I have a sneaking suspicion that we're not going to see suits until like the final 1 or 2 episodes. Like, I think that we get a little teaser, at the end of this trailer of, a snippet of the suits. And it's all like, you're very grounded. Like, they're still using the power rings and stuff like that, but you don't get any actual like Green Lantern-ness until
hope
maybe the
not.
last 2 to 3 episodes at the most.
I also hope though, like maybe like we get a guy Gardner's going to be in. Maybe he gets a new suit by the end of the season.
Maybe,
give him something.
maybe.
I think I don't know who I've talked about this with. It may have been you guys, it may not have been. I kind of agree. I think this is going to be very Daredevil season 1 coded.
Yep.
Where
Yeah.
it's a setup for these heroes. Like it is introducing the world of Green Lanterns. It's setting up John Stewart. It's setting up Hal Jordan and his legacy. And we end the season being like, oh, he is a Lantern now. Yeah. I think we're still do constructs. I still think I think they do have their suits. I think, you know what? I think Hal Jordan has a suit. John Stewart, though, they're going
probably
to wait.
Won't get his suit.
I'm down with that. Hal Jordan have a suit in like at least half of the season. I'm so down for that. He's the man of suits. People are hating because he's old and stuff, and I'm like, first of all, the way James Gunn is doing this, I could easily see him giving a Hal Jordan like prequel movie in like 3 to 5 years from now.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer if he was younger, but like what we're doing.
Too, but I'm willing to hear him out.
Yeah.
To see what he does. Like for instance, if this show blows me away and it's like, okay, I understand John Stewart's our Lantern. Okay, I can go with this.
Yeah. I think it's interesting having like an older, like it's interesting having a real older Green Lantern, older Batman.
I'm curious why they didn't want to have it be Hal Jordan with Alan Scott. I feel that would have made more sense of a mentorship, and people would have like not been upset.
Sure.
Well, I think it was just because they wanted us to get to John Stewart. Like I think they just wanted John Stewart to be the Green Lantern. I think really coincide with again that pitch that it's very much so inspired by the Justice League animated series, right?
True.
Like he was our Green Lantern. There were no other.
That was
for a while. Yeah.
Actually, I think when they eventually do Flash, we're going to do Wally and not Barry.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Barry will be in the movie, but I think he'll be more of a mentor.
And like
I think in the same regard,
like, Superman is kind of newer in that continuity as well, and then
I don't see
doing it for a while.
Batman's established.
Batman's established, but I don't see Batman being necessarily as old as people think he's gonna be, because people assume that because they're doing Dame, he might be. Here's the thing: there's also just a chance they skip a few Robins and just don't have those Robins in this world. Like he might just have a Dick and a Damian. That's it.
Well, I mean, think about it. Realistically, as long as Batman has been Batman for like 12 to 15 years, and like say he started being Batman at like 20, right? So he's only like he's only in his like early to mid 30s, if that.
Yeah, he could be. I think Batman, they're going to try to keep as old as Superman. I think they're going to try to keep them at the same age. Yeah.
And how old is Corn Sweat? He's probably like 35.
He just turned 30. He just turned 30.
So by the time a Batman movie comes out, he'll be like
So then have Batman be like, a few years older than him. Like I think that's the sweet spot.
That's fine. Yeah.
It's like, and as for Barry, I would be fine if they have like maybe a 40-year-old Barry training like a 18-year-old Wally or something.
Yeah, but like if we're doing Hal, like Hal and Barry are typically.
Hal's the weird one. That one threw me first. That one threw me for a spin. Maybe they'll do a twist and Hal Jordan was on the Justice Society or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I do kind of like the idea of being like, okay, like Barry's a bit older, Hal's older. I think you eventually kill Barry and then have Wally take up the mantle, and then like you said, do a prequel. Give me like a Green Lantern Flash movie, like that's set in like the early 2000s or something. Something like I think that'd be sick.
Have them collab with Wonder Woman of that universe.
Sure.
Be great. I think this universe will thrive mainly through prequel movies. I think a lot of prequel movies are going to come out of it, and people aren't expecting them.
Speaking of older superheroes, this is actually a really fun transition. Spider-Man Noir had its first trailer this week.
Crazy stuff.
Sorry, Nicolas Cage, I didn't mean to call you old, but I feel like...
Here's the thing. We're talking about a 60-year-old Hal Jordan, and if you consider him old...
Yep. So I'm not gonna play this trailer. I reacted to it this week and
Okay.
blocked across the board. Most of my friends' reactions also got blocked. So we're not actually going to watch it. Maybe we can like skim through for
Freaking
certain
Amazon and
parts of it.
Sony.
Yeah.
I don't get it. They
But
were
was it
blocking
the music or
Daredevil.
was it just like the actual trailer?
Both? I think
Yeah.
it was audio and visual, and I'm like,
Ah.
you're promoting your goddamn show.
Yeah.
Stop doing this. It's so stupid.
It's like they've never looked at what the actual terms of fair use are.
Just,
Yeah.
Disney's great with it. Like Disney 9 times out of 10, except for Daredevil, which they were also blocking for some reason, had to have been the music. But
Yeah.
even then, I don't get it. I don't understand. But Noir, I mean, you know, we've been talking about this quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
We've been discussing it. Ben, did we put the show in our S tiers of TV shows?
I believe we did. Yes.
Okay.
And this, by the way, okay, so I was between A and S until this trailer. This trailer made me put an S fully.
Mm-hmm.
This trailer really blew me away.
You know what? It was S. I think it's down to A now, just because it's a binge.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing. I don't think I'm gonna binge it. I think I'm gonna watch this week to week. I'm gonna just turn off Twitter and just turn off like specifically like mute Spider Noir and any me words and just watch it.
Listen, I'm down. I'm down. like they are releasing it via what is it?
MGM 2 days before.
MJ, yes. So but they're doing that weekly. Like they're airing it weekly.
Yeah, and I might just do that. I think I'm just gonna watch it.
I'm down to just like travel that like everyone like we'll have spoilers out there to avoid it, but I'm down to just going the course and just being like, fuck it, we're doing it weekly. Like I'm and like if it's too slow, then we can be like, okay, obviously, you know.
Okay, maybe we'll watch like 2 episodes here, 2 episodes, something like that. But
sure, yeah, I don't know.
We'll have to see, I guess, how it plays out. Like play it by ear. Like I
wouldn't
say like limit yourself. I wouldn't say to limit yourself just so that we can talk about it. Like watch it at your pace, and then we'll say what we can say, and then you know once we've all seen it, then we can kind of you know yap about it that way.
We can
but
always
you know.
You know, like we can always do the like 4 and 4 model as well that we almost did for Wonder Man, where it's like, okay, it's a 2-week journey at least. But like I think that's like I hate to say it, but that was one of the reasons I was most excited of like 8 weeks straight of live action Spider-Man content.
When I sent that in the group chat, and I was like so disappointed. Please don't be true.
Well, I'm almost wondering now too, is if they're dropping it all at once, I'm wondering how long are these episodes gonna be? Like, are we getting like short episodes? Or are they going to all be, 45 minutes to an hour?
I think this is Amazon's thing. Like, they have a track record. Season 1, they drop as a binge. Reacher did this. Fallout did this. The Boys did this. Almost all of their shows, the first season, they dropped it all at once. I guess to get an audience. Season 1 was all at once. And then for all these shows, their second season, they're like, it's a weekly show now. So,
but here's the thing: this show as well is like, do they have multiple seasons planned, or if a miniseries? Like, because if the show Spider-Verse canon, they've weirdly hinted it.
At this point, I'm going to say yes. It seems like
I thought that was kind of implied that Spider-Verse was always canon to the multiverse. You know.
Well, yeah, but like if it's the same Spider Noir that's in Spider-Verse, because that's the way the actors have been saying it, and then they say they're gonna have a lot of Spider-Verse Easter eggs in it, and I'm like,
I was just about to say, yeah.
Oh,
the same Spider Noir because first of all, his name is he have a different name entirely. Ben Reilly in this, and
that's the thing that was holding it back.
I was gonna say, yeah, there's the big name difference.
But I think it's been kind of teased that might be an alias. Like that's his like undercover.
Yeah.
Like mainly it's being done because of rights issues. Like it's seemingly they weren't allowed to call him Peter Parker or Spider-Man officially, but like
the Spider.
Like they're. I don't know. It seems like they're working.
Spider Noir.
which I actually kind of like better. I actually think it rolls off the tongue a bit
It
better
does.
than Spider-Man Noir. Like,
Yeah, they've also like said that I think I read that they're gonna have a reason for him changing names. Like they straight up stated this that he's gonna have a reason towards the beginning of the show why his name is Ben Riley, not Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm. But I love the trailer, by the way. I just it looks new. It looks refreshing. How like when was the last time we've had a live action Spider-Man show?
1970 something. No, there's a Japanese in the 70s.
Yeah, I was gonna say Japanese Spider-Man with like an MP40, right? Like that's.
This is like what I would think I would be happy if we get a real Batman show one day. Like I don't think we ever will, but like
yeah,
dude, yeah,
that's what I want.
For
I mean,
some reason DC are weird about the Superman IP, but
I pitched it for years. I think Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man would have worked better in a TV show format. Even even if you made it animated, like I think it just worked. Like his show felt like his movies felt like a CW show. Like if you gave him the like CW like Flash treatment as much as we clown on those shows, I think it would have worked wonders. So like this excites me. I don't know.
I also find it very interesting just how secure DC is with Batman and how secure Sony is with Spider-Man. But for some reason, DC doesn't really care much for Superman in terms of an IP. You've had so many other shows compared to these other characters. And I find that very interesting.
Yeah, I did see something about this. Like, I think at this point, it's pretty much again, there might be some loose like
live action Spider-Gwen in the finale.
I would.
Well, I did see some rumors about that too today.
Yeah, I did too.
If you get,
I would like.
Haley Steinfeld's a player. She looks like enough like her.
I think I don't know. I think the final episode, like the final shot of the first season, I think it'd be really cool to have some kind of Easter egg of something. Like maybe the Rubik's Cube is in like a back shot and it's like glowing or whatever. Or maybe
I'm taking this cube with me.
Or maybe it's like you hear like Spider-Gwen's voice or something, or just like one word.
I think even like if you just have like a glow at the top of his room or something, like you just slowly see some color coming through, and it's the like amplification of like the start of the first movie or something of like when they all kind of get sucked through. Like we don't have to see them getting sucked through, but just a little something where if you haven't seen those movies, you won't be confused. But if you know, you know. It's like, holy shit, he's going through, and that's where he starts. And then season 2, if we get a season 2, can be like the in-between bits or like it's
true. But I also think that this first season will be just a good way to promote the third movie.
Yeah.
Because we need to start promotion for that movie soon. Like, they just need to start. Like, it comes out, what, a year and a half from now?
Yeah.
Next June, I think.
Next June. So, yeah, about a year and a half.
Well, I wonder, too, what if this is not like a sequel to the movies? What if this is a prequel?
That's what I'm thinking.
Spider-Verse. Yeah. So there's not necessarily any ties.
That's an option.
Not necessarily any ties to it, like, story-wise to like what's going on currently.
I would assume Nicolas Cage is reprising his role for Spider-Verse 3.
I would assume so. Into the Nicolas Cage verse.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't need to be. He doesn't. Did you guys see that clip? He's like, I don't need to be in the MCU. I'm Nicolas Cage.
I like at this point though. Like, I think the Spider-Verse is basically the MCU. Like, Andrew and Toby have shown up in those movies. You literally like start the second movie with being like referencing Tom Holland's Spider-Man within the multiverse.
Yeah,
and
I'm like, in that argument, so the Venom movies are in the MCU, and so is Morbius and Madame.
True.
Right.
But like, I think they're going to pull him over. Like, I think. I think these guys are going to be in Secret Wars. I think we get literally.
That's all up to Sony.
It's the meme though. It's like, wait, it's all the MCU, always has been.
While we're on the topic, I do want to bring this up, and then we'll go over some of these comments, guys. Thank you guys so much for commenting. Now, one of these we've known for a while. The other was rumored, but we had no official confirmation. More Spider-Verse spinoffs are coming. So Spider-Punk we've known for about a year.
Yeah, they announced it about a year ago to kind of like cool off like the movie again. They announced like the same day the movie got delayed, I'm pretty sure.
So yeah, that's exciting. Spider-Gwen been rumored, I mean, like Spider-Gwen was rumored after the first movie, is that they wanted to do a Spider-Gwen, and like I'm so down. Like I'm down getting like an infinite enough of these
I'm
movies.
so down, but these movies are at least 5 to 10 years away.
Take your time.
Yeah,
with
I was
it.
gonna say
Don't
these
rush.
things take forever to come out, but like, yeah,
we might not see
good.
these movies in the 2020 if like.
Well, definitely. Oh, certainly not. Certainly not.
We get these like two. It's okay. So it's interesting though because like these solo movies might not take as long as the Spider-Verse because like a lot of the animation for the Spider-Verse is because of the multiverse effect that gets put into it. You know what I mean?
But
like,
also it's just it's the animation style. So
that's what I mean though.
Like,
yeah.
It's like, do you want?
There you go.
Yeah.
They should take their time though. Like I don't want them doing multiple of these. I don't even want them to begin working on these. Like you can start maybe writing or whatever, but in terms of like animation, focus on the first one. Do the first one.
Are they
make
gonna have the
that
same
best movie you
director
can.
though? Because that's also a big part of it.
Is Chris Miller and them like is that whole crew still on board? That's another big thing for me. Like I don't want them to ruin the brand recognition that comes with Spider-Verse.
Unless
Like,
they're gonna do a Batman Beyond film, let them do this.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm down for both. Like I like especially how like the Cross was basically a Gwen movie. Like that was as much of a I'd argue more of a Gwen story than it was a Miles story, and I was okay with that because she's such a well done, character. I'm also just curious, how does Beyond end, right? Like where do we leave Gwen in that third movie?
It's also really funny how long the third movie's taken because I was at LA Comic-Con in 2021, and that day there was no correlation, but that day they happened to release the first teaser for Across the Spider-Verse, and at the end the twist was it was going to be a part 1, part 2. So it's weird looking back at that from you. Like 6 years later, or 7 years later, we will finally get that movie pretty much.
Yeah, as usually when there is like a part 1, part 2 style like that, it's like, okay, part 2 was already really in development during part 1, and part 1 got so big that they just split it into 2 parts. But it almost seems like they only did part 1, took some time, had to reshuffle part 2. Like the delay that it got, again, I'm all for giving them as much time as they need to actually finish it and make it, you have it done right.
Yes.
But it seems like there's more than just a minor, delay or having to shift something around slightly. Like this screams like complete overhaul.
It does.
With how long that it took. Like it seems like they might have had something. We're going to go in one direction and then had to change it because of something like some studio mandate. Maybe it has to tie into Secret Wars more so, or I'm not sure. There were some
controversies, right? Like it was behind it. Like they were overworking their their animators.
Yes, that was never confirmed, but there were those controversies. Yes,
that was out. I mean, obviously we had the writer strike.
It is about a year.
It's also just crazy that like this was supposed to come out a year after the second one. Like it was
going to come out 7 months after the second one.
Insanity. I don't know whose idea that ever was. Like that was such a. I think that had to have been like a studio thing. Like, oh yeah, you can get these out, right? And they're like, we'll see. Like,
it's also I also find it really funny that like somehow this wait between Spider-Verse 2 and 3 is going to be less than the wait between Fast and Furious 10 and 11. Which is really funny.
But
that was also
what comes out first? Beyond the Spider-Verse or GTA 6?
That's a great question.
I'm fine with that. Like those first 2 movies, I know Taj, you might disagree, but like those first 2 movies are some of my favorite comic projects of all time. Like easily, like they are some of my favorite things that they've ever done in this space. You could take 10 years, and I'll be there in 10 years, just seeing what they made.
They're both very good. I used to think the first one was overrated, and I still think it's a little overrated because a lot of people have in their like top 5 favorite superhero movies. I do not, but it is probably a top 20 for me out of like the 200 I've seen. So I think the first one's a bit overrated, but I still love it a lot.
I'm gonna read some of these chats here, Taz. Do you have a list of PlayStation stuff that came out? Do you have any of that stuff together, or do you just
Let
want
me
me to?
see.
There was some good
I think I
stuff.
sent yeah, like hold on, I sent you. Were we talking about that?
Send it my way if you can find it. I'm
Let's
going to
see.
read some of these.
Okay.
I don't want to leave the chat hanging here.
Yeah, go for it.
Big Fun Wow. Great to see you, Big Fun Wow. Love the name. Just says Spider-Verse or Loki.
No,
As a movie or a project?
That'd be a great movie. Give us a Disney Plus special, Spider-Verse versus Loki.
I don't know if this is like asking. I guess just projects, like which one we prefer. I'd say Spider-Verse, but I would
rather Spider-Verse.
I like, especially season 2. I like Loki season 2 a lot. But they straight up say, oh, I read that one. Spider Noir versus Cat Noir. I don't know Cat Noir. I remember back when Grant Gustin's Spider-Man edits going around. I told a friend that Spider-Man would be perfect as it would. In fact, me and Taz talked about this last year, but the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show feels a lot like the Flash season 1. Like they kind of have the same template.
Yeah.
For beat, almost the same template.
Which is a compliment, by the way. If anyone's like, "How dare you?" It's like, no, that's the highest compliment I can give a show. If you're
these people don't watch Flash season 1. You gotta watch Flash season 1, people.
All right, I just sent you my list.
Okay. Spider-Man. Let me speed run through these, and then we'll look.
Yeah, you're good.
Yes.
Spider Noir is one of those things where I'm going to have to wait and see. Some of these live action Spider-Man projects have always had solid trailers. What gives me more confidence in this one is that it is Phil Lord and Chris Miller. They are directly connected. Same people that did these. They are doing.
Also, in general, Madam Web, Craven, and Morbius never looked good. Even their trailers didn't look good.
Listen, I defended the fuck out of that Madam Web trailer. I was there on my hands and knees.
Why?
I just said it was bad marketing. I said, no, guys, it's like this one's going to be good.
You said it was web in time.
Spider-Verse Part 3 is bad, all those spin-offs. That is true.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Again, focus on the third one. Don't touch these for now. I actually think Spider Noir is a very smart project right now.
It is.
It is
just
very
to be
real.
like holding us over, being like, hey,
Yeah.
here's a little bit of it. It's not quite ready yet. Especially like we got that. We have Brand New Day and Friendly Neighborhood this year. Like we're fine. Like we can wait a year.
By the way, I kind of said this as a joke, but do you think we actually get to see Ghost Rider and a Spider Noir meet in Secret Wars?
I think it's possible.
Have both of Nicolas Cage's characters interact?
Awesome. I mean, there's a couple characters you could do like that, right? Do you have Johnny Storm and Killmonger meet? Do you have Johnny Storm and Captain America meet? Yeah.
You have Kate Bishop and Spider-Gwen meet? Yeah.
You have Johnny Storm and that one guy from Punisher meet? Or not Johnny Storm.
Yes. Yeah. That's actually crazy. All 3 Johnny Storms have played other Marvel characters.
Yeah.
In other projects. That's actually really crazy. I never thought about that before.
You have who else? Who else can meet? Shoot, I had one. I don't know why I just blanked there.
Have Deadpool and that one guy from Blade 3.
You can get Cottonmouth and Blade.
Oh.
Yeah, please.
You get Ben Affleck Daredevil to meet Charlie Cox Daredevil.
Yes,
that'd be cool.
Oh, get Foggy to meet Foggy from 2003 Daredevil to meet Happy.
Yeah.
Get
Council of Punishers.
Yes.
Where did you send that, Taz? Was that Twitter?
Just to just to our after the credits chat.
A little group chat.
Oh, okay. I was looking. I know there was a couple.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, why don't you just kind of get us started with that? So I watched it. I was over in my. Oh, am I just sharing our DMs? Oopsies.
And the DMs got leaked.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It was like our I don't know where I was going with that joke. I almost said nudes. I was like, I don't want to make that joke. I don't want to do that. But I watched it over on our friend Taladia's channel, and I was I was kind of like, oh, this is kind of, I don't know, there's not that much interesting stuff. To find out, no, there was. I'm just not a gamer.
Dude, there was some good stuff in here, man. There was some good stuff.
Real good stuff. I'm a big God of War fan. There's some real good stuff.
I was gonna say, yeah.
That was one of the big ones. Would you say that was the biggest announcement? Was the God of War trilogy remake?
I think maybe the biggest like overall just PlayStation announcement, yes. Because God of War is so synonymous with PlayStation. I think there was something else that was like a remake, reimagine something.
Yeah, yes. The biggest surprise for me was the John Wick game, I think.
I was gonna say, yeah, but there's been rumors that there's been a John Wick game in development for a while.
I just didn't expect to have anything for it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was an in development trailer. Like it was kind of like a proof of concept, like cinematic. Yes. So I doubt we see that game before, I think 2028.
Here's the weird thing. I'm now looking at some of these of like PF6 launch day games.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
here's my thing.
Oh,
no. I'm just looking at all these. I'm like, ooh, these are gonna run really well on my PC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was the only announcement that I'm like, oh, I might actually play that one. Like, playing as someone who has not watched them since John Wick 2, and I need to actually finish them and get caught up.
Don't watch John Wick 4.
I know.
I still need to watch 4. I need to watch 4 and Ballerina as well.
Yeah,
Ballerina's very good, but 4 is outstanding.
And there's a TV show.
There's a series, The Continental.
Yeah, I saw the first episode of it when it came out. I just haven't been bothered to watch the other two because all 3 episodes are an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like a short, like
it's a mini series,
short, short series. It's longer than a movie.
Yeah.
The concept of being him though is so exciting to me. Like I am looking forward.
Yeah.
I am Keanu Reeves. I get to do the fucking kid. Like that.
Well, I was thinking, like the whole thing is like, oh, they're kind of like hiding his face a little bit. Like, is it going to actually be Keanu, or is it going to be so far in the past that they have him like be somebody else? But it's like,
and it's canon.
It's him.
Fully canon.
It is. Yeah.
Movies, yeah.
I mean, that's like what they're doing with the John Wick world. They don't want to make anything if not canon.
No, well, and also too, it's like it's so funny that it didn't dawn on me. I was like, oh yeah, right, Cyberpunk. Like, of course, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, that's why I did not.
He loves games. He loves games. Yeah,
he's taken over the role of Shadow too, in like some of the Sonic games. Like he's playing.
Oh really?
Those games. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Dude,
Keanu Reeves, man. I freaking love this guy. Like
he might be the best celebrity. I think he's like the best in terms of like.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. And like I always see those like clips like pop up too of like, obviously, you've got the classic him on stage at the Xbox showcase when they revealed Cyberpunk. And he's like, "Oh, walking through the streets of Night City, it's going to be breathtaking." And then the guy in the audience says, "You're breathtaking." And he's like, "No, you're breathtaking." And everybody just like, "Oh, man." One of the
I would have been a little bit surprised if he didn't come back for this game.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So that's great. And we're also getting John Wick 5, so.
Yeah, which I wonder if that's a prequel. Like I wonder if you just kind of but how much prequel again, I haven't seen what they've done in a while, but I do know how 4 ends. And so it's almost like
to be fair, 1, 2, 3, and 4 happen back to back to a point where it's like only a few months for all 4 movies.
So it's like you need to let him like have some.
You can have
some
space
time
to make
chill.
a prequel. You can do a prequel.
Yeah.
You have space.
Yeah.
And then I know Ballerina takes place during 3, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I need to get caught up. I need to. I know there's like an anime thing they're doing as well, like an anime series, a couple other spin-offs, and
Rest in peace, Terminator 0. But yes.
Yeah. Do you have a comment on this, Taz?
I wish, dude. If we could move Party Nation one week to like a Saturday or something, like a Friday night, maybe. I could maybe make that work, but in the middle of the week, man.
Maybe someday.
I'll be back. It's the Iron Man meme. Next time, baby. Next time.
Star Wars trailer, Taz. With,
yes. Galactic Racer.
Yeah.
Dude, they're bringing it back. There was an old Star Wars pod racing game. I actually ended up getting it on PC years ago for like 99 cents. All right, Lance. Yeah, let me know. Let me know. But yeah, I ended up getting on PC like 4 or 5 years ago on GOG, and just like it's just a little pod racing game. But now they're making
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars Galactic Racer, which looks visually great. I don't know if they reveal who's making it. I'm not sure.
I haven't seen.
But again, this is kind of coming off of the heels of EA losing that exclusivity. So that's why we got
Mm-hmm.
Outlaws from Ubisoft. That's why we're able to get more stuff. Like I know we have an Old Republic game in the works that they just revealed actually recently at, was that the Xbox showcase, I believe, or Game Awards? No, it was Game Awards.
Big Game Awards, yeah.
It was Game Awards. So we know that's coming as well. So there's a lot of fun Star Wars stuff in the works, and we're still getting the third Jedi Survivor slash out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jedi Survivor trilogy game.
I get excited, not to like pivot off what you just said.
Yeah.
I get excited every time I hear the title, because there was a Ben 10 game in the 2010s called Ben 10 Galactic Racing, and it was like,
Oh,
Sounds
really?
like a great game.
it was like,
Oh wait.
it was Mario
Yeah.
Kart with Ben 10, and so
Okay.
like, I'm like, it's so close in title.
Yeah.
It's so close. It gets me excited. I'm like, no, that's not it. It's not a sequel to that game.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It looks.
No, I mean it
fun.
looks fun. Yeah,
It's
like
cute.
it's
Like,
probably gonna be
as a
like a
casual
fun
Star
little
Wars fan.
party game. Like I don't think it's gonna be anything crazy. It'll probably be in the same realm as like Star Wars Squadrons, if you remember that.
Probably.
Where it was just like the only like it was all space battles. It was pretty cool. And they used it to promote VR quite a bit when it first came out. I very sparingly played it, not a ton, but it was like kind of in the Battlefront engine. So it was basically
No.
just the space battles of Battlefront.
Those are games that you're not meant to play for a long period of time. I think those are games you're meant to
No.
play, enjoy them but just
Yeah. Again, and I think Galactic Racer, like max, it should be like a $30-$40 game. Like I don't think it's gonna be a full price like $60-$70 game or anything like
thinking-
that.
probably not.
It's probably this year, right? Because like they've shown it off twice in like the span of 6 months. Like I've been thinking, like I could see it being like a Christmas, like put it out in like November, put it out for Christmas, like because we had
this
it
year
this
or
one
this
and the
year.
Game Awards. So like,
Yeah.
Yeah, planned release date 2026. Yeah.
I'm thinking like holiday season. They'll probably push it.
Oh
Which sounds
yeah,
fun.
yeah. I think maybe
Sounds
like an October release,
Yeah.
probably.
Have it up
Oh,
for like Black Friday weekends and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Um.
yeah. When it comes out, maybe we got to do a Galactic Racer stream.
Yes. Not the one I want, but sure.
Games that we also going back to God of War. We got a new God of War game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they shadow dropped that.
The Shadow dropped a God of War game.
Yeah, I can't.
Crazy. I
So is
bought
it
but I
just?
haven't played it yet.
Is it only on PlayStation, or did they also drop it on Steam?
I don't actually know.
I think they only dropped it on PlayStation. I was looking for it on Steam. I couldn't find it.
It's more of like a scroller, right? More like
Yeah,
like
right
Yeah,
now
it's a
specifically
side
on
scroller.
PS5.
Looks fun.
Yeah.
Not really up my alley in terms of God of War, but like it looks.
I'm such a big God of War fan that I'm gonna play it. Like I bought it, or I got it. I'm
I
ready to
need
play
to
it.
play.
So
I wanna. I've started 2018 like 3 separate times, and I love it. I love it. I love it.
Good.
Yeah.
I just need to finish it. I need to actually commit. I need to play Ragnarok.
Ragnarok's
And
awesome.
I was talking a lot about, actually, I'm glad we brought this up, going back to God of War. I was talking about this with Taladia, but I think the remake is very smart. It makes a lot of sense. With them
Yeah.
doing the TV show right now, they're going to
Mhm.
really push it. They're doing the same thing
Mhm.
that Galaxy did last year, where it's like, hey, we have a project coming up. We are working on it. We are casting
And
it.
they're doing the
If
same
you
thing
want-
Tomb Raider's doing too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's a smart
yes.
business move.
Yeah. Well, we're getting all these big remakes. God of War original trilogy remake. We're getting Tomb Raider original remake.
Mhm.
There are more Resident Evil remakes on the horizon,
Yeah,
which
and
we'll
they're
talk
not
about
just-
Resident Evil there in a second.
And they're not
Halo.
And they're not remasters; they are full remakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halo
Which-
campaign Evolved, which is the remake
Yes.
of Combat Evolved,
Which I'm very.
which now is like the third time or second time this game's being remade.
Yeah. I'm a very
So-
casual Halo fan. I'm very excited for it.
Well, now
I
I'm
am
wondering,
a
should I wait?
Bigger Halo fan, and I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, should I wait to play 2018? Because I'm like, well, they're remaking.
I
it.
wouldn't wait to play 2018.
No, yeah, don't wait.
It would also just have a different voice actor. 2018 was really a soft reboot.
Okay.
Yeah, even though
So-
it's in the future. Yeah,
Yeah, I've played
Yeah.
the original trilogy, but it's been a while, so I think I'm excited to replay them when the
Mhm.
remakes come out.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else from the Game
Yeah.
Awards that you want to talk about?
007.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say 007.
Oh yeah, Dexter. Yeah.
Yeah,
yo.
007. It looks. That looks
Yeah,
good.
I just watched Skyfall yesterday. Actually, I just rewatched it, and I'm like such a
Okay.
big Bond guy that I'm so excited for this new game.
They dropped all the movies back on. They're all on Netflix, I think. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I have a goal. I'm trying to watch all of them this year. I watched Doctor No last week, so I'm trying to watch all of them by the end of the year.
Which is very interesting because Amazon owns it now.
Yeah, that is. I'm thinking they had some deal with Netflix that was always going to happen before
Yeah.
Amazon bought it fully.
Yeah. So it's interesting that Netflix still has the streaming, or now has
Yeah.
the streaming rights to that.
I assumed just before they bought, but Amazon fully bought it, like they had made some deal with Netflix. They're like, okay, you'll have it in like February of 2026, and then a few months later, maybe Amazon fully purchased it, and if like they won, and then I think it was something like Unstoppable type thing.
Okay. Interesting. But yeah, no, I think that's going to be a really good game as well. I want to pre-order it, but I also know that games like that can launch in a very unfinished, broken, buggy state. So I'm going to wait until it comes
Yeah.
out to see what everybody's saying, see if it's actually well optimized for PC and everything like that, and then
You'll have to see.
make a decision. Yeah, it might just be a wait for a sale kind of game too. Like I'm excited for it, but I don't like immediately have to play it, you know.
That's fair.
Unlike the final game that I wanted to
Mhm.
talk about, Resident Evil 9, Resident
Yeah.
Evil Requiem.
Congrats.
Dude, it looks so good. It looks so good, that final trailer, man. If you, again, me being now a complete lore junkie of Resident Evil, even though I've still not finished RE2, so call me a fake fan all you want down chat, but I'm so excited for it. They're doing so many callbacks to Resident Evil 2, to Resident Evil 3, to even 4. Like
Yep.
it just returning to Raccoon City. So many elements of those original games, of those, of the remakes of the original games that we got very recently. And they're bringing back certain characters. Again, if for those of you who are not very, up to date on everything, I'm not going to necessarily spoil anything if you haven't seen the most recent trailer and everything like that. But there's a reason why this game is called Requiem, is all I'm going to say. Is Requiem means, for all intents and purposes, it means the end. It, the end of a story, the end of an era. And this, they're trying to make us think that they're going to kill Leon in this game. So we shall see. But I pre-ordered it. I'm ready to go. It's going to be game time.
Enjoy.
Jump ahead, finish Resident Evil 9, and then that'll inspire me to actually go back and fully finish everything. But I think I can get through 2. Before it comes out.
Enjoy. Yeah, there's so many games. Like I have to pre-order Lego Batman soon because I want to get all the free cosmetics and all that.
Oh yeah, Lego Batman.
This is
Yeah,
probably
that's
the year.
3 months away, I think. So
Yeah.
I never play new games. Like I've never been. That
I don't
guy.
either. That's the weird
Year.
thing. But like I've got Wolverine, Bond, and Lego Batman that I want to play this year.
I want to get caught up with my Life is Strange journey. I want to play that new one
yes.
this year. I'll probably buy Lego Batman. I'm not sure if I'll actually play it. I almost feel like I'm not allowed because I haven't done the Arkham games, and I feel like it's like required. Like I feel like I should.
No.
For
I
your
mean,
gaming channel, though, I recommend the Arkham games.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. I would
know,
say
me
I wouldn't say they're necessarily required, but I would say at least Arkham Asylum is
not
kind
required. But like if it feels like it'd be disrespectful for me to skip over something that's so inspired by those games.
Well, I mean, hey, you've got 3 months.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you can get through them pretty quick. Like Asylum is not very long.
Yeah.
Asylum's not very long. City's
Arkham
pretty good.
City is also, I think, my favorite superhero game of all time. I adore Arkham City. It's up there for me, one of my favorite games.
I want to play the Invincible game that comes out this year, which has we gotta do some rounds.
Yeah, I know. I'm not I'm not a very big like one-on-one
Me neither.
like Injustice style fighting game.
Either.
But you know what? If you're gonna get it, I'll get it. I'll get it just to just so we can run some games.
I'll be doing 2 of those this year because Avatar is also putting out like the exact same game model.
Oh, really?
When
their franchise.
When did the Avatar game come out?
Spring maybe. I don't know.
Because I'm trying to like decide when I want to watch Avatar, and I kind of want to do it leading up to either the animated movie or a game or something.
Yeah, you should do it like leading up to the movie. You should.
So So I'm deciding when I want to start. Because I'm doing I've said this, doing a big superhero Marvel year this year. So when eventually I take my break, I'm deciding when I want to watch Avatar.
You will love Avatar. I've been trying to get this guy to watch Avatar for years.
Forward to it.
But honestly, maybe wait to do Korra until after the movie because Korra is so much further.
Yeah, I don't
want to.
When I was watching Doctor Who, for instance, I was so sure I was going to watch Torchwood right after, but then I was so Doctor Who'd out that I'm like, I'm saving Torchwood. I think I'm going to do the same with Korra, where I'm just going to save it for when I'm in an Avatar mood again.
I would actually agree with that because not to get on sidetrack with Avatar, but I watched the season finale of Avatar and the premiere of Korra back to back, and I fucking hated it so much I stopped it for years because I was like, this is bullshit. This is an Avatar. And it's like, well, no, because it's not. It's a new show and new characters and new. It's like 100 years in the future. It's not the same show at all.
If anything, I might watch just because I kind of want to watch. I'm curious about it. I might watch the live action show after, just to watch season 1, just to watch season 2 live when it comes out and stuff. Like I might do that.
Which no date still. It's still.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what's going on with that. Anything else we want to talk about? We had kind of 2-ish shows we're going to be talking about today. We got a Mando trailer tomorrow. I don't know if you guys saw the little teaser we got today for that.
Jumanji 3 finished filming.
Yes, Danny DeVito officially confirmed for the movie, which
I didn't
out
expect.
to my face. Yeah.
I could do a quick side comment about some random thing. I finished Wonder Man this week.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Absolutely.
Nice.
That was awesome. I was so surprised by this show. Like I binged it in 2 days. I think I watched 4 episodes one day, 4 episodes the other day. And it just surprised me in a way that the last Marvel show, the only other Marvel Disney Plus show that I think surprised me was Your Friend and Neighbor Spider-Man.
Okay.
And I adored Wonder Man. Their chemistry was so good throughout that season. Just so good. I want to see these characters.
It really
again,
was something
I don't
special.
know if we will. It really was.
Here's the thing. The fact that it was a special presentation, I think almost kind of the point of it is that it does stand on its own. Like, while it does have like ties to the larger MCU, I almost wouldn't be surprised if we don't. At least he's not involved in like Secret Wars and
That's just funny. Just out of nowhere, just Wonder Man shows up.
Right, like I mean, he doesn't really have any business in it. You know what I mean? Like like that's kind of the whole point of the show is like he's got powers, but he just wants to live a normal life. And again, like obviously he kind of throws that out the window at the end of the series. But like I don't know. Like I feel like Wonder Man's kind of off in his own little area.
He's off in his own like you could take this movie out of you could put this movie in a DC universe and it wouldn't matter. No,
yeah, it could have it could literally just be like random superhero project that's not tied to anything.
Yeah, it could just be you could put them in the Invincible world and really any world. And I don't think it would matter.
No, it doesn't.
You just need to know that characters have superpowers. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I fully agree. Like, there's a lot of
the stuff with Trevor wouldn't really work. Yeah,
I agreed. But you could just have another character take his place. Yeah, it wouldn't be as strong. I agree on that. But the actual story of the show would really work with any world.
At its core,
Yes. Yes.
And I think that's what I liked about it. I also, one of the only times I will say this, I think I'm for the show dropping all at once because I think binging it was a benefit for me, at least personally.
Okay.
It just was so fun to binge, and I don't know if I would have had the same love for it if I watched it week to week, and that's a rare case for me.
In a way, I kind of agree with the fact that it did feel more like an extended movie rather than a series.
Yeah.
And I think that was by design, right? Certainly.
Yeah.
I think,
For
yes,
sure,
it was
no.
made to be a TV show, but more like an all one story kind of thing.
For sure. But I also get similar vibes. Like, for instance, I think She-Hulk would have been a better binge than week to week. If that show had come out off a binge, I think people would have appreciated it a little bit more than it was like by the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that. I see that.
It wouldn't have been as controversial. Like,
It wouldn't have been controversial, no.
I think it worked as a weekly show, but like I think from like the fan base just mistreated it being a weekly show. Like they had the weekly like this show sucks. The women's in it, burn it down.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
I will say I actually kind of enjoyed She-Hulk. Like I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun.
I think it's one of the more underrated MCU shows. Like I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I have issues with it. I got something.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Issues everyone has with it. Like it's
No.
a pacing issue, and it's
cringy
more
at times.
Focus.
But the good parts in it are actually good.
I wanted it to get a second season because it's a show that I think would have improved with more time, with more episodes.
That's the problem, though.
Showrunner,
the one biggest problem with She-Hulk, I think it really killed the hype that Marvel TV shows had. Before She-Hulk, people were actually hyped for the shows.
Yeah.
And now I honestly don't even know if they're. You could honestly just not even consider it canon at this point because wasn't there a like I was gonna say though, like wasn't there a version of Born Again where he was wearing the mustard and ketchup suit
last week? Where episode 1 he was originally meant to be wearing the She-Hulk suit, and then when they reshot things, they changed it to the red suit.
So did that even happen?
Well, we'll see in Brand New Day. Brand New Day. Does Bruce mention he has a son? Like, do we get where's
well, I mean, Hulk have some of the weird Hulk for some reason back to being Bruce Banner and Shang-Chi. They still haven't addressed that.
No.
Why was he just Bruce Banner and Shang-Chi?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. There's some weird stuff going on. Like they have not been as careful with continuity as of late.
No, not even,
and I don't like that.
It's also like, for instance, when it comes to the Infinity Saga, every single thing was important for Infinity War. Every single thing had a piece to play. When it comes to this, let's be real. Wonder Man is not going to have anything to play for this.
No.
Echo, I don't see having a piece to play for this.
No.
Unfortunately, I don't. For some reason, I don't see having a piece to play.
I don't think Ironheart and Mephisto or anything matter to this.
It's like
that's all going to be its own story.
I think Young Avengers are in Secret Wars. I think that's the cliffhanger of Doomsday. Is I think they're trapped on what is it? Doom World? Is that
Battle World?
Yeah.
Battle World. And then it's like, oh fuck.
Oh, and then it's up to the Young Avengers to like. Okay, I like that. But
then, like, when do we see characters like Moon Knight again?
Or Doctor Strange.
All right,
Darren. We're gonna 1v1 in the Invincible game right now. Go get it.
If I win, the show's canceled. If you win, it gets 10 more seasons.
Crazy. I actually think the Doctor Strange are going to have. I think they're going to do a secret, not a secret per se, but I think they're going to announce a third movie to come out between Doomsday and Secret Wars.
I 100% agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I think Comic-Con this year they're going to announce the third movie.
Well, I mean, it'd be interesting. We could get like a Midnight Suns kind of thing, right? Like,
we could, sure.
If it's post Vision Quest as well, like we bring in Ironheart, we bring in Doctor Strange, you can bring in Moon Knight, you can. Maybe that's where you introduce your Blade, and we've got all like the magical side. I don't know, like honestly, that would kind of make sense, right? Bring in like the magical characters.
I would low-key be down with Doctor Strange 3 if a Midnight Suns movie.
Because isn't Doom in to an extent? There's some magic going on there too, kind of. So
there is. I think Doctor Strange 3 will just kind of play what Ant-Man and the Wasp was for the Infinity Saga.
I hope it's more. Honestly,
I think we get 1, maybe 2 projects announced at Comic-Con this year.
I think last year Marvel didn't have a Comic-Con panel. I was like disappointed.
No.
This year I'm going back to Comic-Con. I'm hoping they have a panel.
Secret Wars is the
Yeah.
only project currently slated to come out in 2027. There are
Yes.
like obviously we're probably going to get like Born Again and stuff like that, but like
Born
nothing
Again
is
season 3,
currently
yeah. Maybe your friend neighbor
slated.
Spider-Man season 3, stuff like that. But
There is nothing slated, and I do think they're going to want at least one movie, like especially if Secret Wars doesn't come out until December.
yeah, exactly. And I see it either being Doctor Strange 3 or I could see it being Black Panther 3, but I don't get why it would be.
I think they gotta wait for Black Panther. I think
Black Panther 3 will be the first movie released after Secret Wars, though.
Yeah. Okay, there's one last story here we'll cover, and then we'll dive into some of these shows we're going to be talking about. So this came out, and I made a TikTok about this the other day.
Yeah,
but
I saw this.
the actress who plays Echo in the Echo series made a little post saying, "Announcements coming soon. Tell us where you want to see her. Let's fucking."
I think she's going to be in Born Again season 3, or season 2. Like I don't see why not.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would make
It's
sense.
the same reason I think we're going to see like a Luke Cage or Iron Fist in Daredevil Born Again season 2, because I don't see why we wouldn't get all these street-level heroes that we have the rights to. Sorry, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
To appear. Like I don't get why you wouldn't do that.
She was supposed to be in season 1. They had talked about they had a planned Echo and Punisher themed like bottle episode, which sounds incredible. I would have loved like a Daredevil-esque like.
I also think Bucky was meant to appear in season 1 too, but then they scrapped that.
That was the rumor.
Yeah, which also I would love to see him in season 2 Born Again.
What was Bucky supposed to do?
Well, like, that's why I wanted it so badly. Like I thought, like my theories was like, oh, like maybe we're setting up Thunderbolts. Like maybe like he needed a lawyer to like help get.
I mean, that could have been the original
like,
reason before the writers' strike. That could have been the original reason.
I think it would have been as a lawyer. Like I think Matt probably would have been Bucky's lawyer for something. Like
which I think would be. I think if you add Bucky into an episode of Daredevil Born Again season 2, and then that leads to him like helping them at the end and then be leaving to join his Avengers.
Although that's kind of what She-Hulk was supposed to be for, right? Like that's the concept. Is like she's a lawyer for superheroes. It would have made more sense with a show like that. Like I don't know.
She-Hulk and Born Again season 2 would be great. I don't think so, but it'd be great.
I made a TikTok about this, and I was pretty proud of just kind of like the concept. But I'm thinking season 3 is going to be a big team up season. Like
I would be down for that. Make a Daredevil, the Brave and the Bold.
Or like it basically turned it into a pseudo Defenders season 2.
Defenders,
yeah,
we've slowly reintroduced Punisher. We have Jessica Jones. We have a new White Tiger. We're introducing.
Yes,
Elektra's highly rumored for next season.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to get fun? Like, do we want to bring in some fun people? Kate Bishop's in New York. She's fought Kingpin. Bring her over.
Cloak and Dagger.
Oh, I would love if Born Again somehow managed to set up the Avengers. I would be so down for that.
They tease. I do not think this will happen, but they teased maybe a team up between Miss Marvel and Daredevil last season. They want to have a dinner. Like
Miss Marvel, I think is my favorite character introduced after Phase 3 of the MCU. So it's like I want to see more of her. Give me more Miss Marvel.
They had a TV shot today, or like
they did.
Yeah, there's a little.
It's ever so slightly different. Not really.
There's not too much. Yeah.
It's just more extended versions of what we've seen. It's like ever so slightly.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
It was like the trailer starts off with like Jessica Jones saying her one line, but then doesn't do anything else with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I really hope that. Yeah, I really hope that they're keeping Iron Fist and Luke Cage like secret. Because first of all, I want Iron Fist to just be in Shang-Chi too.
Okay.
Sure.
Give me that. Like, also give me Shang-Chi too in general, but.
I could see that being how season 1 ends or season 2 ends, with like the full team being established, or at least Luke and
Iron
Donnie,
Danny.
Donnie. Where did I get Donnie? Danny. Yeah, like they
Donatello?
show up is like we got the gang.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are in this one too.
Yeah, and then the final shot to give all the Defenders, like all 4, and then the show, and then Jessica Jones
and isn't Elektra supposed to be in season 3?
That's the rumor. White
Rumor,
Tiger,
yeah.
Elektra, and then
There-
I could kind of see it being the final season. Like I could see
And then-
a good like a big final season. All the street level characters coming together.
Bring back Hawkeye as like a mentor or something.
Sure, bring in Hawkeye, bring in Kate Bishop, Miss Marvel, any of
Bring in
those like
these
street level characters.
Yeah,
Everyone but
you know, I
Spider-Man.
honestly doubt that they would end it after 3 seasons,
No, I don't think so.
especially after they spent all this time getting it back. This show is going to run for
I think they
at
finally
least 5
realized.
seasons.
I think they
Here's my
finally realized that Born Again is going to be their ongoing show. Finally, a show that they can just have
Yeah.
ongoing with the MCU, which is something I've wanted for years. It's just something that
Yeah.
happens while the MCU is just running.
Right, if
Here's-
they can consistently pump out 1 season per year, like that's crazy.
Great.
Like they could do this for the next 5 to 10 years.
That's my dream for the DCU. I want to see them have a show that just runs consistently, so we have a consistent DCU thing every year.
Yes.
Here's my concern. Here's my only concern. I don't know if there's a Born Again without Vincent D'Onofrio. He seems as much connected to the show as
He does.
I don't know how long you can do his character.
He does. However, Daredevil Season 2 proves you don't need him for Daredevil.
No, I agree. But would Charlie Cox do it without him? Like at this point, he has been the biggest
I
campaigner.
think-
You kill
I
him
think
off?
he-
You send him to jail again?
No, I don't.
Like,
I think he
No.
would do without him if D'Onofrio specifically like thinks the character's done.
I just
Yeah,
don't want to
or
be
like
spinning
they-
our wheels.
I won't
know what
say
I mean?
write him off or put him in a state where we can check in with him maybe for an episode or 2 every season.
Done that. Like
And-
we're like repeating the original show. Like we beat him at the end of season 1. He was in jail for season 2. He
Yeah, I was gonna say,
got
he
out
was
and then he got
in
sent
season
back
2.
in.
Then send them off to go fight Spider-Man. Send them on a foot
Sure,
America.
Yeah.
but like what after that? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
Yeah.
just like listen to this for a second. He got sent to jail in season 1. He got out by season 3. He got sent back in. Now he's out again. Do we want to send him back to prison? Like it's just like I
That's
feel
the
like
thing. My biggest complaint about the MCU is that they have every single villain as a one-off.
yeah.
So I am perfectly fine with them keeping Kingpin around and just using him for a story that needs him. Even if it feels repetitive, I think if they find a new way to tell it,
yeah.
I think I would be fine with it.
I think that's just my biggest issue with this show is I feel like we're just kind of running around in circles. It kind of feels like we're just kind of doing like the Matt arc, the Kingpin arc. A lot of these characters are doing the same thing they did in those first 3 seasons.
Well, no,
I'm like,
Kingpin's mayor now. Difference.
yeah, and it's great, and I'm fine with it for now. But like long term, could we do this for 6 seasons without?
Here's the
getting-
thing. I don't actually think that Kingpin is going to be a main character in season 3. I think you finish off the story at the end of season 2, and then season 3 you start with a new big bad, and then Kingpin might be in like an episode or 2.
Which again, I'm totally fine with that. But it's like, what do you do with him? Do you kill him off? Do you send him?
No,
to
I
prison
think
again?
I think he goes on the run. I think he just go on the run and he's just gone for a while.
Okay.
That's
But would
different.
the
Like,
actor
he's not
wanna
prison
do-
or something.
right? Like he
true.
was one of the brainchilds of this show coming back, and
He was.
Charlie and him are so good friends. Do you want to do a Born Again without him? I don't like. Maybe he could stay on as like a producer, as a brainchild, but like
Yeah, I was gonna say if you want to service the story properly, like you can't, as much as you'd want to, you can't see him there the
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
time. Like in
And I think
in a
Vincent
way, I
D'Onofrio
think
knows that.
that's a mistake that the Flash made. Is like
It
we
is a big
love
mistake.
Reverse Flash, but he was there too
Yes.
much.
Yeah.
You know, is I think that was their downfall in a lot of ways. One of their
Yeah, like,
downfalls in a lot of ways is
in
that
Arrow,
they
I was-
relied too heavily on a
No, for
singular
sure.
villain.
I
And
was
you
so
can't
worried
do
that
that.
Arrow was going to do that for Deathstroke, and I'm so happy
Yeah.
they didn't.
Tobias Whale ran into the same exact issue
He
on
did
Black
not.
Lightning.
Absolutely.
He wasn't. Yeah,
I-
he was in every single season, wasn't he?
He's pretty much the only villain in every single season.
Yeah.
He wasn't in season 2. He didn't appear till the end,
Not
but
season
yeah, he
2?
was in
Oh, you're right.
1, 3,
Yeah.
and 4.
He's the main
and-
villain of seasons 1, 3, and 4, though. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that would have been like if they had just made Lex the main villain of every season of Superman and Lois.
no,
And I mean, they did that with Supergirl. He was the villain of the last several seasons of Supergirl. and
Yeah,
I
he
loved
was.
him.
well, yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, no, he was.
Yeah, he was. I love.
Yeah, no, he
I
was.
love his Lex, but they he should have gone after Crisis, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, I kind of like what they did with him after Crisis, having the world like have a full reset.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but it's also it's like, for instance, like eventually, like if the DCU, for instance, keeps reusing these same villains, how are they going to make them interesting enough for that to work? Because I don't see, like, I see Sinestro being a long-term villain. I don't see Sinestro dying in Lanterns. I see him being a villain in 10 years from now.
Yeah.
So raise that question.
Cody, I don't know if I want that. I feel like we've been there.
He's been to prison twice.
More than that, right? 3 times.
Yeah, 3 times.
I just and they didn't even explain how he got out. Like they never fully went over.
I think the biggest story I want Born Again to tackle is what Matt was like when the snap hit.
Yeah.
Make that a season 3 arc or something for me, and I think I'd be happy. Like, make the main villain be like a trauma villain.
I mean, that was my pitch when the show got announced, and I think that would have been the better way to have handled Foggy and Karen not being there. It was like,
I
oh
agree.
my god.
I think it would have been interesting if the show took place during the snap, because we have nothing that took place during the snap, and I think we need something that takes place during the snap.
I would have loved that. Like, he's kind of like he found this life balance. Like, they make that promise at the end of the show.
They also could have made it much more of a sequel to Daredevil.
Yeah.
Because Daredevil ends in 2018, the snap happens in 2018. They could have just made it a sequel to Daredevil.
Imagine how traumatic that would have been. It's like, you know, maybe he puts away Daredevil for a couple years and focuses on their firm. They're doing well, and then
there's a rumor that we're going to get flashbacks this season of the snap happening.
That'd be cool. That'd be sick.
Which I hope so, because I would love that to just be an arc for him to go through, and like something he's not fully over. And maybe that's why the Foggy death hit more, if we just got him back.
Ooh.
I think that would be
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
And also just tell, like, I think that would have been such an interesting thing for, like, the Kingpin stuff, too. Like, what happened to people in prison if they get snapped? Or, like, are we more lenient? Are people getting out?
Yeah. That would be very interesting as well, if, like, the snap happens and that's how Kingpin breaks out of prison. He just leaves.
Yeah, like...
He just walks out the front door.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to tell that
because we have no idea how he gets out of prison between 3 and Daredevil Born Again, right?
No, they have not.
Yeah.
That which was my biggest issue of last week, just because like that was the big question I needed answers, and they wouldn't.
Yeah, there were a lot of stuff. Born Again season, it's about a month away, and I'm looking forward to it. Got a good team this time.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. Is Punisher in Born Again season 2, by the way?
No.
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 They've said no.
No.
Damn,
but it's fine because he has his own special, and he's
his own special. But also when you put in the street level heroes, I'm like, he should be there.
I think season 3.
Team.
I think season 3. I think we're building up to our Avengers, our like defenders of New York.
I kind of hope Jessica Jones is at least the main somewhat character of Daredevil Born Again season 2, because they haven't said if she's gonna be in 1 episode, or if she's gonna be in 5.
This would be cool. Imagine Matt.
Yeah, exactly. There's a scene in the trailer of him like bending down the Karen, and people think that's a scene of him hearing the snap happening live.
And it happened. Oh my gosh! Like they would have lined themselves up perfectly during that time if they just didn't cancel those shows. Imagine all of those shows at that point taking place. Like you could have time jumped all the other projects. But you could have had all the TV stay in that timeline. Imagine Daredevil having to be a lawyer among all this, and him, in this underground.
Yes.
Imagine Jessica Jones being a PI, and all these patients are like, "Where's my daughter? Where's my mom?" And her like not knowing who snapped.
To be fair, statistically, one of the defenders should have vanished.
Sure,
it was definitely Iron Fist.
Oh yeah. Like,
it was Iron Fist.
It was definitely Iron Fist.
Actually, I think it would be interesting if Jessica Jones vanished, and like the first time of her seeing Matt in this new season, if she was dead.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I actually think Jessica being one of the snapped would be really cool. Actually,
I think that'd be very cool.
I think that could be maybe she has like a new. I don't know, like ground on life. Like she has a new like perspective on things. I don't know.
God, that'd be
I think
cool.
she.
Yeah,
There's
she
so
got,
much
she
they
got
can
she got
do
snapped,
there.
and then she had to go hang out with Dexter for a minute. And now she's back.
Yeah, exactly. She had a whole different life.
She became a
Yeah.
serial killer. It's been crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
Yeah.
Um,
And she'll probably be back for the next season of Resurrection too, maybe.
that's
Maybe she's working a good amount right now. Like she was one of the only killers not to die in Dexter. Like she's got potential.
Yeah.
Okay. We do need to hop into some of our main topics here, though.
We have topics.
An hour and a half in.
Yeah,
We
I
have
think you
topics.
can stay for this one, Ben, because you have
Yeah,
seen this show.
For this one, yeah. I have.
I had a hard time finding a logo. I'll fix it by the time the new season comes out. But
Only got a couple weeks.
Woo!
yeah. Taz, you binge kind of like shadow
did.
binge on us, like you know.
I did.
Like, you said to me that like you may check it out, and I was like, okay, maybe he'll check it out a couple weeks before. Last night we were talking. I was talking about the other show, and you're like, yeah, I binged it this week. I was like, what? That's incredible. That's awesome.
Yeah, so you inspired me.
It's so good.
I don't think it was last week, like the
Always.
night of the stream, but I think the next day.
Okay.
No, it actually was. No. So after we finished the stream last Monday night, I
Okay.
went downstairs. I was eating my dinner, and I was like, I gotta, watch something with this food. You always gotta have,
For
something,
sure, yeah,
something
you always
going
gotta
on,
have your
right?
food.
Yeah. And then so I was like, oh, well, like let's start Ted. I pulled it up. I got like maybe 5 minutes into it. I was like, oh, this is good. I think my dad would enjoy this. So I stopped watching. And then the next day, I had my dad sit down and watch it with me. And we got through like 3 episodes together the first night. We watched another like 2 or 3 the next night, and then finished it
Nice.
off on night 3. So we watched this whole like all 7 episodes in three
Nice.
nights.
So the real
We had
question
seen
becomes-
obviously. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say. So the real question becomes: do you agree with our F tier for Ted season 2?
Well,
That was one of our S tier shows. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Hell yeah.
Leave it in S tier, S plus
Great
tier,
stuff. Great
S
stuff.
plus tier. It also made me remember why my ringtone is the Flash Gordon theme. Because I completely forgot about the Flash Gordon joke from the original movie, and the fact that they bring it up multiple times
Yeah.
on many occasions throughout the course of the series, which is hilarious. I love all the callbacks too. I love the
there were a lot.
callbacks. It's
I-
so many good things.
I actually might rewatch season 1 because the thing is, when I saw season 1, I had not seen the first 2 movies.
Oh.
I saw the first 2 movies for the first time last month.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah,
Remember
definitely
season 2, so I think I
rewatch
gotta
it with
rewatch
the
season
added
1.
context. Yeah.
It's a lot better
Yeah.
if you've seen.
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean, like even the end of it, like they literally they're coming up with the Thunder Buddies song
Yeah.
at the end
I had known,
at the
I
end
had
of the
known
first
about
season.
that. I had seen
Yeah.
enough clips of Ted to know like what that was.
Mhm.
Okay.
But I was watching the first 2 movies to like prepare for season 2. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch these before season 2. I haven't seen these before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite jokes of the show is such a subtle joke, but I like the Ian McKellen. Patrick Stewart being the one to narrate it in season, in the movies, and he
Yes.
really
Yes.
couldn't make it. Like he couldn't do the booking for the show, and so
Yep.
him himself messaged Ian McKellen. Was like, "Hey, this
Yo,
would
can
be
you do
really
this?"
funny." It's such a good. That's so fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So
It's so
great.
funny. It's so good.
Seth MacFarlane is such a good comedy writer. Like,
Which is so.
Dude, this show they just riff they're just going at it, and it is not. There are very few things nowadays that have such unfiltered, uncensored humor,
yes.
and it's ridiculous. You've got Dennis the dump truck. Come on,
that was such a good bit.
what was who decided?
I've got to watch The Orville because it's another live action show.
Yeah,
and I've heard such good things about it. And I'm such a big Star Trek fan too. So it's like, I got to watch The Orville.
I'm not I was so shocked going into this show because I'm not a huge adult animation fan. Like I don't love Family Guy.
Well, that's the thing. I don't watch Family Guy either.
I
I
think the
don't
movies are okay. I think they're funny. Sometimes I think they get away from themselves a little bit, especially the second one. Like I think the second one, as funny as it is, it's like, oh, it's 2 hours of Family Guy bits, and they're funny bits. But as a movie, I'm kind of okay. The
Yeah.
show, though, I think precede the movies.
It's much
In a way, I think the kid almost does a better Mark Wahlberg than Mark Wahlberg.
Than Mark Wahlberg.
Like,
yeah. So I enjoyed the movies enough, but I will say I was disappointed by both of them because I enjoyed the show so much more.
They are
Yeah.
it like.
Well, I think they're both good, but the show is.
It takes what works about those movies and I think it grounds them. I think the TV show formula works a lot better for what they need to do. And what works about the show is the heart, how it balances its comedy and its heart. It's one of the most, as weird as it sounds, Ted is obviously one of the more funny shows of this like decade. It's also one of the most wholesome shows of this decade.
I know. Nope.
Yeah. Darren, where'd you go?
Darren.
I'll piggyback off of that until he gets back. But it's so funny. So when I was watching with my dad, something that he mentioned, and I very much so agree with it. There's a show that I used to watch with my mom and my brother. My dad would watch it from time to time, called The Middle.
Oh, welcome back.
So it's basically like, what if The Middle was unfiltered? And I was like, you know what? That's kind of a good comparison.
Fair.
That's kind of a good comparison. Like you do have like the, the wholesome family moments. Like, it's, whatever, like, middle class family, like doing, like, obviously the only big difference is you have a talking teddy bear. Yeah. But like the fact that it's not weird, the fact that it works and you don't really even think about it, you're just like, oh, that's just Ted. Like, yeah, he's Ted, whatever. Like it just works, and it almost shouldn't, but it does.
The sitcom formula it works for them. It works so perfectly for what they need to do.
Now I wonder if the animated series will be as good.
I'm nervous.
Oh, there is an animated series.
Yeah,
they're making okay. I did want to bring that up because the future of this particular show is kind of up in the air. The rumor currently is that this might be the final season of this series because it's
of this version of this series.
It's very expensive to make. They were on the fence if they even wanted to do a season 2, and the rumor is that they might end this show and just do the animated series with Mark Wahlberg.
It was always kind of weird because they announced the animated series like after season 1 had come out, and it was meant to run currently with the Ted live action show. And it was always
now
they're gonna have 2 shows at once.
Huh.
It's rumored this might be the final season of the show.
How would it be so expensive? Like, I mean, I guess obviously the CG for Ted,
CGA,
but like
the CG's really
he's in every episode. Have a main character.
Yeah, it's pretty pricey. So like, here's what I'll say: watch season if you like the show. If you
watch season 2. Show them we need another.
Yeah, we need another one
because I don't really. I don't know.
It's special, man. Like it's interesting. Like, and we were kind of talking about it in the DMs yesterday. Is like they don't do your holiday episodes very often anymore. But we had a Halloween and a Christmas episode in the same season, which was great.
And it does a really good job, I think, at like how it does the humor because it's definite. It's like. It's interesting to write humor like that in the current day, and I think it does a really good job at like making these very, I don't want to say dangerous jokes, but very problematic jokes, but like in the way where it's like, oh no, what they're like these things are bad, like they are portrayed.
They're self-aware of how edgy their jokes are, and they're doing them for shock value. Not even shock value, but they're doing them. They're making the jokes because they are controversial, and then you have a character like Blair that'll be like, hey, whoa, like what are you saying? Like what's going on there? But and then it makes it even more funny because then you're like, oh, like that's hilarious that even characters in the show are self-aware that is a kind of a messed up joke to make, but you know that's just that's the character.
it's
You
the
know?
like Always Sunny formula, where it's like the point of the show is your characters are shitty and they're morons and what they're saying and doing are bad, and it's we are able to laugh at them because holy shit, you are out of line and you should not be saying these things. And it's also very fun with the show taking place like in the 80s. They're very different times.
90s.
90s? Is it 90s? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
like
that's also
90s.
probably another reason why it's expensive, actually.
Yeah, because it is kind of
Yeah.
a kind of a period piece in a way too.
So
Yeah. I hope they keep it going though, because I think it's one of the best shows.
I hope it's like when we were arguing on the stream
ranking.
about where to put on the ranking. You wanted to put an A, and we had an A. I think the entire the entire stream. And at the end, I would remember how funny it was.
It's so fucking funny.
And I was like, okay,
It's
now the
hilarious.
comedy alone deserves best.
But like,
What's
and it's like such random jokes. Like I remember the one that got me was when they thought that they were gonna have to run away, and Ted was like saying goodbye to things around the house that he was gonna miss. Goodbye, carpet that's always slightly wet for some reason. Goodbye, plastic bag full of
It's
other
dialogue.
plastic bags. And I was like, hey, I have a plastic bag full of plastic bags at home. Like that's hilarious.
It's great
funniest
stuff.
joke, and I think it's the most famous joke like from the show is I think it's the pilot where it's like, yeah, no, like we had an Indian kid here, but they got him. What? What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean they got him?
It's like what?
It's like, it is I think that's the joke that made me fall in love with that show. It's so fun.
It's so like it makes no sense. It's so witty. It's so funny. It's so good.
It's like Seth MacFarlane. He's such a good comedy writer, and he killed it with that show.
Yeah. And I think he's like I. It kind of makes sense that like again I don't watch Family Guy, but just based on what I heard, like it seems like he stepped away from
he
a
stepped away.
creative
Yeah,
mind
he
a
stepped
long
away
time
from it in like
ago.
2010 or 2011, and then I heard it gets worse.
Yeah. You know
Which
what else it
makes a lot
kind of
of
reminds
sense.
me of too? Is like what if regular show was uncensored? They're basically Mordecai and
Sure.
Rigby.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like
Does
they
that
just
come
get into
back?
like a random thing. Like literally the premise of the first episode, right? Is like, all right, well, Ted wants to get kicked out of school, so what do? Naturally, let's go buy drugs. Like, cool.
Yes.
It like gets in the mind of like a teenager. I think it sells the like teenage experience really well as well. It's just kids who don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know
Yeah.
how the life works, and I think from that perspective, it's really really wholesome. It's really really fun, and again, I think it's that like wholesomeness that gets me. And like we'll talk a little bit about this when we get to Shrinking later, but like kind of the same general vibe and feeling, and like those are some of my favorite shows that can balance that comedy with just really really good hearts. There were some of those episodes I wanted to cry.
Yeah.
The big Susan episode where like they want to get her like into like the teaching school and stuff like that. The like scene where like Ted is like defending Susan among the class and he's just roasting. We're
Oh
like,
my god, just going
It's so
off
good.
on that one girl.
Holy
It's
shit.
hilarious.
it's so wholesome too. It's like how do they
Yeah.
balance of just like pure ridiculous comedy, but also
With
like
this heart.
wait, do I want to cry because he just like defended his mom? Like it's so
exactly.
it's so great.
And
Yeah.
Ted, that's another 7-episode season, isn't it?
Wait, what?
That's another 7-episode season, right?
Ted?
Yeah.
It's a 7-episode season, yeah.
Season 1
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
I think season 2 might be 8.
Season 2 is gonna be 8. Yeah.
Okay.
Which great. I want more Ted. Give me more Ted.
Good.
Yeah. Again, I hope it's
Are
not
they
the last. I hope
dropping all the episodes at once, or is it week to week?
it's once.
Oh, it is a
Aw.
binge.
Which I understand, although I would have loved to talk about it weekly. I think there would have been I think there was a space we could have had fun, like. But honestly, right now, when it's dropping, I'm kind of grateful. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like we're not talking about Ted with Invincible and the boys. and
No, it'll be
Invincible.
we'll get it out of the way.
You
Like
got-
we can sit on it for
Yeah.
like a week or two. Like we can maybe
Yes.
like half and half it if we wanted to.
Because the boys, Invincible, and
Um,
Daredevil are just gonna be way more important.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm planning like we'll have like an episode where we could just break down all the episodes. We can fully
Yeah.
go through it and take our time with it and laugh about it, and then
Yeah, because I think the next thing that I'm planning to watch that comes out week to week is Monarch, which is like a week away. We're very much looking forward to Monarch.
yeah, I gotta decide. I don't know if I'm covering it for this show. I think mainly because I just know I won't finish it. Like I know it's gonna be too crazy, too crowded right now. I'm not going to.
It's a crowded time. It's a crowded time.
Yeah.
Monarch, it was one of the bigger surprise shows of 24 because it's so different than the movies that it's meant to be canon to.
Yeah, I think that might be a binge for me. Like maybe we could talk about it when the season is wrapped as a whole. We'll do
That's
like
Monarch.
a little episode or segment on it.
But then there's also seasons that come out this year that like we still don't know when. Like Cape Crusader will be at some point this year, probably. Reacher will have a season
I
coming out
hope
this year,
so.
probably too. So
I hope so, man.
Adventures, like
My Adventures,
Avatar.
they're like we don't have the release dates for something like they're honestly. I bet there's another May thing that you just don't know about yet.
Yeah,
There's gonna be another April or May thing that you just don't know about yet that you're gonna want to cover and be like, oh,
Yeah.
damn.
absolutely. But okay, yeah, we have one main topic that we want to cover here.
I will bow out then.
Alrighty, Ben. Ben, thanks for joining us. Anything you need
course.
to shout out, promo?
Still my Luminous thing, but for reasons we're putting a little back burner on that to focus on something part of it.
Alrighty. Well, keep an eye on that. Keep
Yeah.
a check on that.
And
We'll
then
talk-
enjoy Shrinking.
Yes.
yes.
Enjoy talking about that. It's on my list. I will eventually get to Shrinking.
Yeah.
I think
Especially
you'll
since
like it.
Michael J. Fox came out of retirement for it. It's like it really makes me want to watch it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I don't know. I didn't know the context of what that meant until I actually watched the show. And like I was talking to my parents about that. I was like, "Oh, that's why he's in the show. Okay,
Yeah.
that's really cool."
Yeah.
Nice.
Um,
And then I'm also like just a big How I Met Your Mother fan, so also I got those two actors that are in it. And like,
yes.
So it's on my list. I'll eventually get to it, but part of me is kind of waiting for it to at least have a final season announcement type thing.
I
Yeah.
think
Well, it already got renewed for season
Season
4.
four,
Did it?
So
Yeah.
yeah.
I could
And
see
they're
it.
not saying it is going to be the last season, so I
Yeah,
almost
they're
think
not.
that we might get a 5, and then they'll
I
probably
think-
call it there.
Yeah. Also, Harrison Ford has like had teased about possibly retiring after.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
And
that
Which-
is
yeah,
gonna
good
be,
for him. Man's in his 80s. Like, good for him.
The show also,
Yeah.
like, not to get into spoilers, but it definitely does have a shelf life with things that they've done within the show. Where
Yes.
I'm like, okay, this isn't like a 10-season long show. Like, it does have to have a limit at some point.
Nice.
But yes,
Oh,
Ben, thank you for
Enjoy
joining us.
Shrinking, guys. I will hopefully be back next week.
Alrighty. We will see you
See you
next
then.
week, my friend. Have a great
Bye
one.
bye. Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Peace.
Thank God he is out of here. That's funny. He was still backstage when I did that. Joke.
Oh no.
It's so funny.
Do we have a logo for this one?
I tried to find one. StreamYard's weird. It doesn't let me like save certain files to it, and it's
Okay.
kind of pisses me off. I'm trying to find one now.
No, you're good.
When did you start the show, Taz? I know you've been too, right?
Yeah, it was only a few weeks ago. Like I started it beginning of the month, like end of January, beginning of February. So I had a couple friends that watched it. I was over hanging out with them. They turned on the most recent episode.
Okay.
So it was like the first episode of season 3. And I had like no context for anything, and I was like, "Oh, this show's like kind of interesting." And they were like, "Oh, we'll restart it if you want to. Like, we'll go back to the beginning." I was like, "Okay, cool." And we sat there for like 3 or 4 hours and watched like 5 episodes of it. And I was like, "Huh, this is kind of a good show." And I didn't even have Apple TV at that point because I had been waiting to use my Apple TV free trial until there was something that I wanted to watch, and I was like, "Oh, well, I guess I should probably watch this then." And then I binged through it all very, very quickly. I got caught up in maybe a week. But no, it's like again is going within that kind of same theme of like it just being a very, very easily digestible show, kind of like a partially a feel-good show, but also there are a lot of very deep, very emotional storylines and emotional roots and cores to this. So it's a good, a mixed bag in a good way, as far as like you get the best of like kind of a turn your brain off, just watch a fun, silly show with a really great cast. but it also makes you think a little bit. It has your moral dilemmas, and I thought that was something that that you would enjoy quite a bit. Is like a lot of like moral dilemmas of like, okay, are they abusing their power as therapists and like stepping over the line a little bit? Should you be jimmying all your clients? Like, what's going on there? But no, I love this show, man, and I'm excited for the next episode. They drop Wednesday nights.
Okay.
So we got a couple, or I guess Wednesday mornings. So we got a couple days before the next episode. But yeah, this season's been really good so far. I thought season 1 was really strong. In some ways, I think season 2 could be viewed as a little bit better than season 1, even.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, and I was gonna say, I know that you didn't like season 2 as much as 1, at least from the last we checked in on it.
So it's interesting. So I said that episode 3 into the second season.
Yeah.
Let me actually go back around to that, because I do have I want to give my like general, I guess, before I dive into like because I actually have a lot of thoughts on this show. I'm actually really excited for us to start the weekly journey, because I do think it's a much, like, I was thinking, no, it'll be a fun little thing, and I was like, oh no, this is a lot deeper of a show, and I do think there's a lot of discussions that can be had via the show. So I'm very excited. This is my type of show though, like to a T. Like this is the like Ted Lasso, the adults of like these comedies that are very emotional. Ted even is kind of falls into that category, not as much, but a little bit, where it's like it's very emotional, it's very deep, but also how it lands as comedy, I think can.
The comedic timing is so good.
It's so. I think I love that. I love a show that will make me like bawl my eyes out, but also can soothe my tears with like a banger line of dialogue or banger joke where it's like, oh, this is like the perfect balance for me. But no, I binged. I should also say I'm very fresh on the show.
Yeah.
I did episode 1 earlier in the week, but I binged everything else within the last 2 days. Friday, Friday? What's today? Monday?
Monday, yeah.
So Saturday,
all days. Yeah.
I mean, literally Saturday I binged all of season 1, and Sunday I binged all of season 2. Like it was.
Oh wow. Okay, so you're almost fully caught up. You're only a couple episodes. Yeah.
I've not done 3 yet. I was like, I could have gotten an episode in today, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave it there. We'll talk about the first 2 seasons, and then next week we could just do like the season 3, like the 4 that will be out by then.
Yes. Yeah.
But no, I this is an episode actually, or like this is a show that kind of it took me a little bit. It took me a second. It took me a couple episodes, and I think it's just a show that the more you watch, the more you like, and you have to be into these characters and you have to be into their dynamics. And this is a show that does evolve. I think what the show was within those first couple episodes of the first season are different than where the show was at in the final episode. Like I think the show went from a more drama-focused, serialized series, and by the end, it is a episodic, more so sitcom-esque series. And
yes.
I think that's for the best. I think it actually also it turns into an ensemble. Like it's very, like you start the show and it's very Jimmy's the main character. It's Jesus Seagal's character and. I think they very quickly learned. We have a great cast on our hands.
Yeah,
like we're
like let's actually lean into that and give everybody some ample screen time and stuff. Yeah. And something too that I really noticed going from watching the first episode of season 3 and then watching everything else is there are so many. Look for them, Darren, because it's fresh for you too. Look at references in that premiere episode of season 3 to things that were mentioned back in season 1, especially in those first like 3 to 5 episodes of season 1. There's so many things that come full circle by that episode, and just in season 3 in general, a lot. Like we're not necessarily getting there today, obviously, but like these first 2 seasons, like so much growth happens for all of these characters, and then it ties into that so well in the more recent episodes. So that is a thing that I really love, and again, you don't necessarily always get it in these kind of episodic like sitcom style shows where like yes, there's some connective tissue, but like you could air the episodes out of order and it wouldn't really matter. Like no, this is not that kind of show. Like it
No, no,
has
no,
to.
no.
It is one continuous story.
Absolutely. Yeah, there is a journey of these characters, and I think the feeling I got stuck with so much, and I think by the end of the day why I did love this show so much is I really, really, really love how the show displays grief and trauma. I think in so many shows, and understandably, this is how shows are and characters are usually portrayed, where it's like, okay, they're dealing with it with grief, they're dealing with trauma, and it's a path, right? They go from really distraught to a little bit better to a little bit better to they're better, and it's a straight line. And I think this show has one of the most realistic depictions of grief I've ever seen. It's not a straight line. It's I'm a mess to the next episode. Oh, I'm good and I'm making friends and I'm doing better. To there's setbacks and there are these displays of it's a roller coaster. It doesn't have one straight line, and I like that it's taken. By the end of the season, we're not over it. Grief isn't a thing that we can just
get through and be done with.
It's something that will always. Yeah, I don't know.
And I think too is like Harrison Ford's character, right? He is like the heart and soul, the connective tissue of the show, right? Like he is kind of keeping everybody together in some way, right? Is like he's giving Jimmy advice. He's, meeting with Jimmy's daughter. He's talking to, his employees and the people then that he's like, bringing into his life, and he's learning things from Jimmy and the way that he's doing things. And like, he's slowly kind of opening up throughout the course of the show and everything. And it just like, it is such a good journey there. And also too, like the wisdom and the life advice that he gives to the other characters in the show, like you can take those yourself and run with them. Again, like what we were just saying is, grief is not a linear path, and like you'll have good days and you'll have bad days, and you are allowed to sit in that sorrow for a time, but just know that there are people around you that will that are there to help, that want to bring you up out of that darkness, so to speak. And again, is having that kind of story exemplified in a medium like this, I think is very important as well.
I think it's so important for like for this being a TV show. It's like I think it's a show that fully uses the strength of the TV model at their advantage, and even just having it be the focus of the story, because we've seen grief and trauma is something we see in so many of the shows and movies that we cover, but they're never the focus, and they can never fully dive into how it's portrayed because they got to get back into like the main story of things and stuff like that.
I think the closest thing was WandaVision, but even that still eventually, obviously devolved into, your standard big fight action scene fanfare.
There's been some that have done it very well. Like I can think back to like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did this really, really well, where like something happened to a character in season 1, and season 5 they're still like dealing with the consequences of what had happened to them, and like that was something really cool. And it didn't go away, but it like they managed it better, and they were able. That's a side tangent we don't need to get into, but it's the moment. I think it's in the penultimate episode of season 2 where we have like Jimmy's kind of breakdown, and I think it's so interesting, this perspective of like, you didn't heal over your trauma, you added things on top of it. That like I saw a TikTok about this today that I thought was so interesting. It's like, okay, if you put mud in water, you could put sugar and you could put spices and you could put all these things on top of the water. The mud is still in there. You're not taking out the mud. You're just putting things on top of it.
It's a Band-Aid solution.
Absolutely. And I thought it was such a brilliant display of having watched 2 seasons of this guy, 2 seasons of a story where like, oh, he's healing, they're getting better, he's doing good. It's like, no, it's still in there. He hasn't fully processed how he feels. He can mess up his patience and hook up with his best friend and do all these things, but he's still dealing with this trauma deep inside. And I think that's such an important thing for people to see displayed on a big show. Harrison Ford, Jason Segel, 2 very big actors, 2 people that do their thing and tell such a great story. And I think it's so good that so many people are seeing these stories told on such a big level. I don't know. There's so much I want to dive into with the show. There's so many characters I want to dive into. I mean, going into the show, I kind of thought it was a Harrison Ford show. Like, that's how it's like talked about by everyone here. It's like, oh, it's a Harrison Ford show, which I get that's the
kind of is,
but also it's like, oh no, it's Jason Segel. Like, he is the lead of the show, and I sometimes feel a little bad for him because I do think Harrison Ford gets all the.
Well, I think Harrison Ford overshadows everybody, and like that's just kind of who he is.
I get it though. I do get it because he's my highlight. Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's so good though. Like, and it's so funny seeing how good he is in something like this, and then like look at Captain America: Brave New World, right? Like.
Yeah,
it's hard to believe that that's the same guy, in the nicest way possible. But it just means that he needs actual good material.
He is,
he's such a good actor.
This is my favorite.
Just give him the good material to actually play off of.
I know this is like an insane take, having someone who plays literally Han Solo and like Indiana Jones, but this is my favorite role from him because it allows him to go so much deeper than a character that is the like hero's journey. You know what I mean? Like, this is something that is so unbelievably well
it's crafted. Such a real character. And I saw somebody talking about this on Twitter. Is like, it's sad to see like a character like this who is going through a real world illness that they are portraying on the show and everything like that. And it makes you think too about the fact like, oh, your favorite actor is getting old. Like, you do have to kind of think about that side of things. And it's sad, like obviously sad in the context of the show, but also sad in the context of like, while yes, he's talking about all of this as the character, there is also some Harrison Ford in there. Like, I'm not as young as I once was, kid. Like, I'm not gonna be around forever. Like, you got to learn how to do like, and it's sad. It really is.
There is something. I understand why this might be his final role, because if I could choose a role like this to be, if I was an actor, like, I do kind of think that'd be an incredible final role to literally be to be like, I'm getting up there and like I'm giving it my all one final time.
Yeah.
And he kind of does feel like he's been. I don't want to talk like this because I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to put anything out into the universe. But like, it does kind of feel like he's on his like farewell tour. It's like, okay.
Oh, it's a send off. It's time for him to retire.
10 years ago I did Han Solo one last time. I did Indy for last time. I did a Marvel movie for the first time, and now I'm doing a TV show for I think this is his first TV show, at least on a big TV show like this.
Right. And like a very down to earth, like good, like character study
show.
Kind of
good show.
Yeah. It's not just a cameo or something like that. Like, no, he is, again, he's the emotional core of this series, and he is such an important part of it.
And that's my biggest sell. Like, if you like Harrison Ford the actor, watch this show, because it is just so much fun seeing just Harrison Ford. I don't want to say be Harrison Ford, because I know it's not Harrison Ford, but like that, like, if you like the like press junkets, like the like interview Harrison Ford and how much
just like him being like kind of like a frumpy grumpy old man, but like in such a like sweet and endearing kind of way. Like that's what this character is.
He puts his heart into it, and It's so just fun seeing him go around and doing these things. He has that grumpy exterior, but he is probably the most grounded and most wholesome one of the group, especially when he's any scene with him and is it Alice and their like therapy sessions. Dear God, I feel like I want to cry every time. Like my favorite bit is him on the park bench awaiting his candy as payment. As he gives these unofficial therapy lessons to a child, which I'm pretty sure is definitely illegal, but that's a talk for another day. Or actually, I guess the talk is for now, because that is such an interesting part of the show as well, is the ethicalness of these characters we're watching. Because I sometimes do struggle where it's like, oh, we're breaking so many laws, we're doing so many of these unethical things that would lock you up for like a long time. And it starts with Jimmy. Like Jimmy's kind of the start of it all. Like that's the whole pitch of the show is like, okay, Jimmy is doing these unethical things, and it goes to Gabby, and it goes to Paul, and it goes to even these characters not in like the in the therapy world where it's like characters are doing like it feels like we're trapped in this cycle of unethicalness, and sometimes these characters it's very interesting because these characters
but I think it's meant to show that not everybody is perfect. And like that's kind of I think that's such a good perspective, right? Is you think about these people that are healthcare professionals, right? Mental health professionals. You would think from the outside looking in that they've got their stuff together, right? Is like, okay, you're the one telling me, everything's going to be all right. How do I get through this? That sort of thing. But the irony with the show is that your therapists are the ones that are probably the most messed up out of anybody, like that have the most baggage, that are dealing with the most stuff. But because they have dealt with this stuff, because they are going through what they're going through, then they are allowed to and have the qualifications to tell their clients how to get through these rough patches because they've experienced similar sorts of things. I think in a way that makes them even more qualified to do their jobs, right? Because if they had never gone through any hardship whatsoever, how are you supposed to tell somebody how to get past, what they might see as like a petty squabble, right? But I think that is such an interesting perspective. And I think, I can draw some comparisons for myself with my profession, right? Is like, I think about it from the perspective of like, I've talked about this on here. I've talked about this on Pipeline before too, is like, I'm a personal trainer. I have clients and things like that. And I present this version of myself that, is like, your pinnacle of, health and fitness and balance, healthy lifestyle, all this, right? But it's good too when you can be honest with your clients and be like, hey, you know what? I got a really bad night of sleep last night. Like I didn't sleep optimally, or, I kind of went crazy this weekend. I ate what I wanted, or I skipped a workout or whatever. And it's that kind of that relatability that people really tie into, or like knowing your background, knowing your story, and they can say, oh, like this isn't this like unattainable lifestyle, right? Is there somebody that is similar to me that has gone through similar hardships that I have. And I think that is a big underlying theme of this show as well, is that showing that while yes, they might be instructing other people and telling them, how to get through these hardships, is the fact that they've experienced them themselves makes them even more qualified.
I'm curious too, though, and I know there's a big jump between a therapist and a physical trainer. Like I do know there is a gap there, but like if like one of your customers,
clients,
if they said, "Hey, like this gym isn't doing it for me. Could you meet me at another gym or something after dark? Because I think that would really help me," or like would there ever be a situation where you would go out of the lens of the rule book or whatever to help a client or help a patient with what they needed? I guess is kind of where I'm at.
That's such a good question. So I think like in the Jimmy aspect, it would have to depend on how long I've known this client, you know, how close our personal / professional relationship is. You know, if it was somebody that I had just met that, you know, I'm trying to, you know, again, be very much so formulaic with everything, you know, that would probably be out of my scope. But if it was somebody that I've been working with for years, you know, somebody that I check in on just to see what's up, even if we're not, you know, working out together or something like that, for sure. There are clients that I've gone that extra mile for sure, 100%, and I would do it again.
Yeah.
But I think it also is, again, that comfort level kind of thing. Like, you know, the fact that in the context of the show, right? Obviously, you know, Paul is going to go out of his way to help Jimmy, to help Alice, to help, you know, to help everybody in his life. And the same thing with Jimmy and his clients that he's so invested in, and he's been working with these people for years. Like, he's going to go out of his way. Would I pull a thing that happened with Sean? Probably not. Like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But it worked out. Sean became one of my favorite characters,
I love
by
Sean.
the way.
Yeah.
I love this dude. Like, he's great.
I think it's so like these characters I do think live in a bubble though that I think is so fascinating to think about. It's like sometimes these characters do these wrong things, but because they're in this bubble of support and nuance, they don't check themselves, I think, as much, especially in season 2, where like they'll be like sometimes the characters don't address what they're doing is unethical because they're surrounded by people that love for them so much.
Yeah, so, they're just like, you're doing great. Like, just keep doing it.
Yeah, where it's like, I cheated on my husband. Oh, honey, it is fine. He would have cheated on you. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, wait a minute. No. You guys are wrong. So stop doing this. And it's so interesting. And it's such an easy way to see how bad behavior is created and normalized. And this is a conversation. Oh man, this could lead down a pipeline of things that we don't want to talk about. But like, this is
a pipeline.
I'm trying to think of the right word, but this is how I can't think of the word right now. But like, this is how these dynamics are formed. This is how bad behavior and how, especially around culture and around things where it's like, oh, my family supports this and my friends support this and my grandpa did and they're before them, and they're built in this bubbles of righteousness. So when you go out of that bubble, if you're like, no, what you're doing is wrong, it's like, no, it's not, because my friends agree with me and my grandma agrees with me and my aunt. Echo chamber, that is exactly the word I was looking for. That's how echo chambers are created. And I think it's so interesting, and I think that's kind of where Paul is at as a character, at least at the end of season 2. I think it's so interesting is we start season 1 with them being like, what you're doing is wrong. You can't be seeing them outside of his therapy. You can't be doing this. And the more he gets in, like, he slowly is becoming like Jimmy. Like, I think like that was the big thing I was yelling at my TV most of season 1. I was like, Sean needs to become Paul's
patient,
because you're too close and it doesn't work and whatever. And as we go through season 2, Paul is slowly becoming a part of the group, and they're hanging out at each other's house and they're doing stuff together. They're at the doctor's. I'm like, no, this is the issue that we were dealing with in season 1. Like, and it's so...
like, you can't. there is a line, and it's so tricky, right? Is like, you think about again, obviously in this context, right, is like doctor-patient relationship or professional relationship. Even think about it in the relationship between Jimmy and Paul and Gabby, like the fact that they're colleagues, but they're family in a way as well. So it's a very dicey situation. So, and like, and I'm sure you experience this, I'm sure, at work, where people you get very, very close to, and you have, more so personal relationships rather than professional relationships. And how do you balance that? Like, how do you make sure that you're still doing your job, but also fulfilling your duty as a friend, as a colleague to somebody as well, or again, in this context, fulfilling your duty as the doctor for the patient. but also somebody that you care about as a friend, like, you know, Jimmy with Sean, how he became less of a patient and more of a friend, and how do you balance that? It's very, again, it's very big topics that,
Yeah.
again, if you just watch it on the surface level, it's like, oh, haha, funny show, like, you know, they say dumb, silly things, like it's great, whatever. Oh, it makes me cry sometimes, little emotion here and there.
Yeah.
But like there are some very big, deep conversations that can be had from this show, and again, as I didn't expect to be as drawn into it as I was. Again, I didn't know this show existed a month ago. You know?
I'm really grateful that you like kind of like I've been aware of the show since season 1. It's a show I've been wanting to, but it's like I'll get to it someday kind of show. And I'm glad you kind of pushed this onto us, and we can kind of put this in kind of our spare area, because I am genuinely so excited for the weekly conversation that this is going to bring. I want to get into the more nitty gritties of these dynamics and kind of where they form. I think it's
and I'm trying to be kind of vague because I don't want to accidentally overlap with anything from season 3.
The show also does a thing I think is really interesting, where sometimes I don't like plot. There'll be plot lines and stuff I'm not a fan of, or character interactions where I'm like, man, I'm not a fan of this. I don't like how it's done.
Yeah.
But it's a part of the narrative, and I'm not supposed to like it. Like, one of my big
It's supposed to feel awkward.
Well, one of my big issues in season 1 is I fucking hated how Liz treated Derek. That was such a big issue for me. I was like, fuck, Liz, I like you as a character, but you're so annoying and you do these things, and Derek deserved better. And that was the intention. Like, the show fully, it's like, just you wait. It's part of
just
the
like, just hold on, like, we'll get there.
And it's so interesting, and I think in that way alone, it was kind of nice having the 1-2 back-to-back. Because I think if I would have watched this live, every episode would have been like, God damn it, Liz, like, treat him better, like, justice for Derek and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's like, and there's a couple things like that. There's still a couple I wasn't a huge fan of. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of, like, the Gabby Jimmy hookup stuff at the front of season 2. Like, I get what they were doing, but how they kind of ended that and how they treated it, I wasn't a huge fan of. But then I'm like, okay, in 2 seasons from now, am I going to disagree because they did something really cool and it was setting up? You know, I don't know that yet, and sometimes we have to do that with these weekly shows or these long-term shows where it's like.
I mean, I think it was funny too how it just like it tied into like some random thing, right? Was like the scrunchies on the lamp, right? Is we wouldn't have gotten the explanation for that unless this, you know, little random relationship not really thing happened, you know, is like something like that. Yeah. And I guess this is kind of an aspect that we haven't really touched on much, is the big crux of the show, right? Is why did Jimmy go down the, you know, deep dark hole of despair? Is his wife died. His wife died tragically in a car accident. Like, something so freak accident, unavoidable. It just happened, and it completely blew up everybody's lives. And this whole show is how people, immediate family, immediate friends, you know, people in that circle deal with it. And then the other aspect of things is the fact that they show us the other side of it, is the culprit, the person who did it.
Yeah.
Like, I was shocked. That
stuff's good, yeah.
That's such a, you know, again, such a storyline that you don't often see tackled on a show. They're handling it very well.
Like, I love, like, that's like another example where it's like I don't like character decisions, but like they're doing it because it's a larger part of a narrative. Like, forgive me, I don't have names completely down. Alice, like, she's really struggling with her dad in the last couple episodes of season 2, because she's like, I thought you were better than this. I thought you could forgive. I thought you could do this. But the story of, like, you can't demand, like, you can't control people's grief. You can't justify how long it's going to take him to grieve with this. And you can't, like, you were able to forgive him, and you were able to move on. Not move on, that's not the right word, but you were able to find that in yourself
Yeah.
You cannot put that on Jimmy, though. You cannot expect him
No.
to do it at the same pace that you can do it. And I thought that was
As
such a
everybody
brilliant-
moves. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, and just like again, like going back to what you said, like I like that we get to see every fraction of how a death affects people. Like it's not just Jimmy and his daughter; it's Jimmy and his daughter and her best friend and his best friend and how they're all
Yeah.
connected. And you know,
Yeah, like think about how it trickled down to his relationship with Brian. Like he
mhm.
barely talked to supposedly his best friend for like a year because of it, right? But but the explanation as to why he didn't talk to him was even even deeper than that. Was was
Sure.
just the fact that he was grieving and he didn't give him the opportunity to like legitimately just sit in his own sorrow, right? Is he kept trying
Yeah.
to like bring him out, bring him out, bring him out, bring him out, and he just wanted time away.
And
And sometimes you have to, unfortunately, have to let somebody hit rock bottom, like
mhm.
safely. But again,
Yeah.
Alice was there for her father, as much as she could be, which again is another whole aspect too. Is like that's a crazy scenario.
What a
But
great like I feel like we can make so many quotes out of this, but like it's just like the line hit me in my head where it's just like sometimes you have to fall before someone can pick you back up. Like
yeah,
that's an idea. That's so
yeah,
it is true. Like like when you're falling, sometimes you can't be like, oh hold on. Sometimes you have to let them go all the way down 1st.
mm-hmm.
Are you secure? Are you okay? Are we okay? Now let me lift you back up. And sometimes that
Yeah.
takes a minute. And man, yeah, no, I love that. And how it trickles down too, like, like you said, like it wasn't just Jimmy, it goes down to Brian. And this affects Brian because how it affects his fiance or like his boyfriend, and that affects,
Yeah.
them getting a kid. And like it's a trickle down thing. And like that's how trauma works. Like that's how tragedy works. It is a trickle down effect. That's so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just kind of go through some of these characters. I have the
Yeah.
cast list here. Let's go down, talk about them. That will probably open up more plot lines and stuff. We're gonna talk about some of these, so some of these we don't have to talk about too often.
Taco truck.
Well, yeah. Jimmy, our main character. We already talked about him quite a bit. We don't have to stay too long on this one, but
Yeah.
Jason Segel, fantastic lead of this show. I think he's he honestly maybe one of the more underrated actors I think working today. Like such a weird comparison, but I saw him in the Muppets movie. As
I saw you when you posted that. I was like, oh wait, it's Jimmy.
And he is like the perfect balance of like relatable fun character, but it also has a bit of that like even in that movie, like there's so much heart that he puts into his roles, and he often plays a bit of a doofus kind of characters, but it's never like full doofus. It's like he's like a little bit of a doofus, but he's also like very smart and very compatible and very level-headed. And I think it's a hard line to cross. Like I think they could have made him really dumb sometimes, and I think it's less that he's dumb and just like people don't always understand him and his state of mind. And I think they've done a really good job at writing his character, and his journey has been beautiful. And he's just a great lead. Like I think he carries the rest of the cast very well. Like a great cast like this can only be justified if you have a good lead to balance them all out. And I think he's like, you can pair him with any of the lead, like any of his co-stars here, and it's a good episode. And I think that's the making of like a good lead. We'll probably talk more about him as we go through the cast list because he's connected to almost every single character here. Gabby's like one of the main three of the show. Obviously, like Jimmy, Gabby, Paul are like probably the big three.
That's like the Trinity.
Yeah. Gabby took me a minute. I think it took a couple episodes for them to find their footing with Gabby. Like what is it, episode 2 or 3, when she like goes to like Liz's house. She's like, "Well, I'm gonna tell you what, I got basketball."
Yeah, she was a lot. Yeah,
and I was like, you know what? Fuck her, man. Like, and they very quickly like I think corrected it. Like they found sometimes in comedy shows it takes them a couple episodes to find their.
It's like kind of almost like she was like dialed up to 11. You kind of dial her back down to like a 6 or a 7, and it's like, okay, cool. Like we're chilling now.
yeah, I feel like they dialed her down and then dialed Liz up, and I think that helped both
Yeah.
of their characters out.
Is they kind of like then like balanced and met somewhere in the middle there.
Yeah. And they like, I think they realized very quickly, like, oh, this isn't sustainable. Let's make them friends instantly. And I think that's the best show. The thing
Yeah.
this show could have done. It's like, oh no, they're besties. Like they are like insufferable. Which we'll talk about her in a minute. But yeah, no, I like Liz. I think she sometimes get a little less to do than the main, Jimmy and Paul. But I like her. Yeah, I like her quite a lot. Like she's, I think, the most like Paul and Jimmy, I think, are more streamlined in what they do. She's the character they kind of keep giving her new stuff. Like she goes through different. Oh, now she's this, and now she's this, and now she's this, and now she's this. It's not as streamlined as the other two.
But I think that she's also very consistent, though. At the end of the day, like she has different things to do, but she's a very consistent character.
Yes, I have no issues with the character. Yes, I'm just saying like it's less of a straight narrative seasonal arc where it's like, oh no, she goes through these mini arcs in different parts of her life. Like, I don't know how far they go into in season 3 yet, but like we end the season with like her and her mom and the struggle with that. Shout out to my boy Coach.
Yes,
current love interest. What's funny, I feel like he's now almost had more screen time on this than he
did in New Girl. Yeah,
like he's probably more.
I was like, oh hey, like. Coach is actually like hanging around for a little while.
Yeah.
Also, I love the fact that there are 2 Derek's.
That's so funny. That's it's so. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Also, like I will get to him, but Derek quickly became one of my favorite characters on the show, especially in season 2. Yeah. Like there wasn't a ton of him in season 1, and I was like, oh, is that just kind of the bit? Like he's just kind of there. But season 2, and then especially into season 3, he's had a lot more to do, and I'm again very, very much so like this character a lot.
I love Derek a lot. Paul, we already talked about Paul a good bit. We don't have to go spend too much time on him either. But yeah, he is kind of the glue that holds it all together. He is my highlight of every episode is like, all right, what old man grumpy thing are we going to give him this week to complain about? And yeah, I think the more unprofessional he has gotten, the more I just do enjoy him just being like, fine, I'll get on a boat and find my patient's parents and how that's like that stuff is so good. And Jimmy and him's like his dynamic as it's grown over these last
it's so good.
Has
so good.
The scene in the penultimate, the whole thing is like, you're on a call. Like you need to call me. And then when they're on the bench and he's having his breakdown, he hugs him from the corner. He just comes in close. It's like, oh God, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. I love it so much. And how he's just been leaning on these two. Like I think, like, oh my God, his speech in the season 2 finale where it's like, I need to lean on you. I am not going to be here long to lean on you. It's just like, good God. I was crying. I thought it was such a great, well done, well put together scene and character. And again, like you said, it's going to be, and we kind of talked about the whole Parkinson's thing earlier with the Greg Sipes stuff, but that's incredibly hard to watch. That journey. Again, I'm curious what the end game is for his character. Do we have to watch him leave us at some point?
I don't know.
Hit with him moving in with his kids, I don't want to see him die. I really hope the show doesn't.
I don't know. I almost have this idea that like the worst thing that the show started at the lowest point that it's ever going to get to, right? Is I think that the worst thing that we will see happen on the show is the death of Jimmy's wife, right? And then everything from there is the journey back to all of these characters being happy again. Like we will go through trials and tribulations and ups and downs and roller coasters and all that, but I don't think, at least again, I don't think it's that kind of show where we're gonna have to see
I think
like the death of a beloved character or anything like I think that he will get some sort of a happy ending, like he'll go off, he'll retire with
I think I think the show will end with like him knowing it's soon, but he goes back to his kids, he retires, maybe Gabby gets the office, like maybe she becomes like head of the office or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know, something like, you know, we can hire on a new person or whatever. I don't know. I think that would be, that seems like the right way. Yeah.
Maybe maybe Alice goes to school to be a therapist, and she goes and works for her dad.
And then we get our spinoff in 20 years. You mentioned him already, Sean, fantastic character. Just
Sean living in the pool house.
Probably the most developed character in the show, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
To the point, I don't want to say this yet because I don't believe it yet. I haven't seen season 3, but I am a little tiny worried just long term. Like, okay, can we keep that momentum up? Because he has grown so much, he's gone so far. I'm like, okay, you know, he's already talked about, you know, moving out or whatever. Again, I haven't seen season 3 yet, so I don't know what they do. But I'm like, okay, I hope they have enough momentum to sustain his character long term. Because I do love him. I think he's great. I think
that no, sorry. I think that's kind of the theme, right? Hasn't Paul said, like, no one's ever really done with therapy, right?
That's true.
You know, no matter what, no matter how good your life is going, you still always need somebody to talk to, right?
Yeah.
And isn't that kind of the whole point of it too? Is you know, from the perspective of somebody who's, you know, either from the outside looking into it, if you know, somebody that you know is a therapist, if somebody that you know is going to therapy, I'm sure that they would tell you is like whether you are actually going through some tough stuff or you just have standard day-to-day, you know, trials and tribulations, it's good to have somebody to talk to. And whether it's an actual like formal, like I'm paying somebody and sitting down and talking to them about my day, or it's as simple as you come home and you vent to your mom at night about, you know, Joe Schmo at work that, you know, that pissed you off that day, or, you know, talk about the good thing that happened at work. Like, oh, you know, I got recognized for doing this thing or whatever. Like just simple stuff like that. I think it's so important to have somebody to talk to, whether again, it's in that professional sense, or you're going and sitting down on the bench with grandpa and giving him some fun dip.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's beautiful, and I've loved his journey. I guess it's maybe too early to say this. I don't know what they do in season 3 or beyond, but like, I'm very glad they seemingly dropped the Sean and Alice, whatever that was.
Again, I think it's one of those things. It's like it's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable and just like be weird.
I think it's really important though to that's a very real dynamic that happens every single day with younger people, and I think it's very important to show the correct way for people in their 20s to deal with younger people flirting with them. He handled that being like, nope.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Nope. And
not doing that.
And unfortunately, something people need to see. It's unfortunately, it shouldn't have to be. It should be very apparent that a 17-year-old shouldn't be getting with a 22-year-old. That is, you know, but that happens, and I think it's good for people to see, okay, maybe this is how to deal with it. Or even as a parent, like I thought it was very cool to see, like, do you trust Sean? Yeah, okay, then there's nothing to worry about. You know what I mean? So like, I think that was important too. And you know, I don't know what's to happen. You know, she is 18 now, and a couple years from now, maybe they could, and that would be okay. I guess I would feel a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess you think about it from that perspective of like, at that point, yes, it's not you. Obviously, that's a thing you don't do. But then at that point, after you're both at a certain point, then I guess that age gap doesn't like it's. But it's such a tricky thing. Like it's so, you know.
It's tricky when he knew her as a 17-year-old.
Yes,
that's where I get.
I would say that is the weird thing. Yeah.
It also doesn't help, and no shade on the actor who plays Sean. He's supposed to be playing a 22-year-old. He looks like he's in his 30s. Like it is. He does not look like
but I mean everybody, like, again, and also too, I'm sure the actress that plays Alice is probably like our age or something.
She's like, I looked it up. She's like 24. She's 25ish.
Okay.
I think she's around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I just think I think media sometimes celebrates those kind of dynamics sometimes, like in these kind of movies. I think they kind of celebrate the like age dynamic sometimes a bit more than I like. Like you have the like Twilights where it's like he's 1,000 and she's 17 or whatever, and it's like, you know, and sometimes it's okay, but like in general, I think it's good to have a show that's like, nope, bad stuff.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Like I think that's
Yeah.
important. You know, Sean's great. I love his food truck. I love his storyline, his continuous thing with his dad and trying to heal from that, and the dad's like, you know, growth as well, where it's like, I'm sorry that I contributed to your pain. I've never dealt with emotions. I don't know how to express myself, but that's also really important for people to see and to show. Like his outrage scene got me a lot, where it's like, me, I gave up everything for you, and this is my fault, and this is I guarantee that is a dynamic that happens millions of parents across the world, where it's like, I gave my everything, and yet I'm still the villain of my kid's story. And
but and I too also like that Sean defended his dad too, is like when, you know, when Jimmy kind of like leaned into that a little bit and Sean got very defensive, he was like, no, you don't talk bad about my dad. Like, you know, he might not have been perfect, but he did everything he could have for me. Like, step back, bro.
It's one of those, it's such a hard dynamic to balance of being like, yes, they have their flaws. It's like, it's that same thing where it's like, I can talk about my mom, I can talk about my grandma. You don't dare talk about them.
Yeah.
Like, I get to do that. You don't even dare. Like it's yeah, no. And it's hard to balance that and find that.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. Talking about Alice now too. Alice is interesting because like, is she sometimes a little annoying? Sometimes, but like she's supposed to be a 17-year-old, an 18-year-old. That is the point. And I really appreciate how much they're able to give her without just being like, oh, she's the daughter character. And while she is the daughter character, she lives so much on her own, and she has so much to balance on her own as a character. And I'm really excited to see, again, depending how long the show goes for, if we are going up to 5 seasons or whatever, like, now she's an adult, and I like that she gets to sit kind of at the grown-ups table now towards the end of season 2. She's hanging with all the other peeps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, okay, she's an actual, like, she is an adult character now. Where do we go with that? How can we transition her into that realm? Even though she's still a kid, like, it broke my heart a little bit when they have the whole birthday party planned, and she leaves with the car, and they're stuck alone at the party.
Yeah.
Come on, she gave you this thing.
Well, but also it's kind of funny though too, is like it shows like, okay, like the parents or the friends and stuff like that, they made the party for them, not for her.
Yeah,
you know.
Of course, yeah.
Still,
it's like, you could have stayed an hour. Like, dude, give them an hour. I don't know. But yeah, no, I like Alice a lot. I love her. I don't love her trauma, but like, I love her journey with her trauma, and especially everything with, which we'll talk about in a second here, with like Luis in season 2, I thought was so interesting. The like dynamic of like her and Brian, and you know, them all hanging out and having fun, and that shot of him looking
just
at
like
them
standing outside. That's heartbreaking right there, man.
That shot killed me. I was like, oh no, it looks so bad. Like, them like in slow motion, them laughing with his wife's killer.
That's like, well, well, also too, I did think it was I did also think it was funny every time Brian had to explain why they were hanging out with him. He kept speeding up every time he would tell the story. So he was outside the house, and I was like, hey, go away. And it
it's one man show. It's oh God, it's so funny. It's so good. We do it now. Brian. Probably, I think, like the least developed of the main cast of characters, I guess. I don't know if I say least developed, but like least focused on, I guess. I like him.
No, again, I think he's a good character. I think he's funny. Like I just think like he's a very funny character. He says some very out of pocket stuff sometimes, but like, in the best way possible.
I think he was very much approved upon in season 1. I'm sorry, season 2. I think season 1.
He was a lot better in 2.
Well, like mainly because like they kind of just have the cat. Like it's very, again, sitcom rules where like all the characters are hanging out all the time. They're a big found family, And
Mhm.
I think season 1 was a lot more, like by the end they were doing this, but like most of season 1 it was like, okay, I'm this dynamic, and season 2 they really just start blending it all together, and they're all hanging out together all the time, which I thought was, I think, helped him a lot. And I've enjoyed this adoption story. I think this is the kind of queer representation that's very, very important. So much of queer representation is the coming out process. It's the am I gay? These aren't characters that are struggling with their sexuality. They know exactly who they are. Or even like the end of it, where it's like so many people want to like make queer characters a tragedy. Like we want to kill them off and have that be the thing. It's like these are two people that we get to see them, as a couple. They get to propose. They get to go through the struggles of trying to adopt a kid. That's something we have not seen a lot in media, of the struggles of how gay men adopted a child. And part of me kind of wish we saw a little bit more of the struggle that comes with it, just because it's very historically hard for gay men to adopt a child. It can be a lot harder. And that goes for a lot of things. That can go to stigma or whatever. But like, there's a concept where it's like, oh well, a woman would be better fitted to take care of a child than two gay men. You know what I mean? That's just the like stigma that happens a lot in that space. So maybe I would have liked maybe an episode or something of them like struggling to, I don't know, like they keep, I don't know, something like that, because it did come very easy for them.
I was gonna say just keep watching into season 3 and stuff. Like there's more to the story. So that's all I'm gonna all I'll say there.
Cool. Yeah.
But
Again,
I do think that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I do think that again that's been a very, very good, very strong storyline as well. And again, I think that this show does such a good job with representation. I think, and just like, but very like, I don't even want to say subtle, but just very natural. Like they don't hammer you over the head with certain things. It's like, it just is. It's life, man. And that's the best way to do it.
I don't look at his character and be like, oh yeah, he's the gay one, even though he is like that. He's so much more than that. And I love, oh my God, it was that one of those episodes in season 2, and even though it pissed me off a little bit, like it was such a beautiful where it's like, would we have been friends if I knew you were gay in high school or like in college? Like, would we have been? And that's such an interesting concept, because like so many people start as friends because they're in the same circles or we're so much alike, and once that umbrella falls, are we still alike? Do we still have these same things in common? Are we still compatible as friends? Is such an interesting concept that I have never seen displayed before. Like that's such a cool narrative to cover. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Charlie's great too. I would like maybe see him like get more in the friend group. Maybe.
He's not really there a ton. Like he's kind of like he is, but he's just kind of a background character. It's like almost. It's like kind of like how Derek was in season 1, but then he became a larger character in in season 2 and season 3 and that sort of thing. So I'm guessing that he'll get a little bit more to do.
I don't need him to be like a regular, but I'd like to see him more. Yeah,
100%.
We can talk about both them at once too. Liz and Derek. Liz is such a complicated character for me because she is. I love her so much. I sometimes hate her so much.
I was gonna say that she just does some dumb stuff. She does some dumb stuff and like cries like stupidity. It's like, oh no, I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Like, bro,
she definitely has very rich privilege. Like she definitely plays in that realm. She's so wholesome, but also sometimes it's like, man,
she's so clueless.
It's the cheating arc was tough for me in like a good way. I thought that was a very good arc and very important. And I love what they did with the Derek stuff, where it's like, I've seen these kind of dynamics in relationships my whole life, where like they get older and some people stop trying, and it's not that the love fades, but it kind of just gets stagnant, and both are okay
Mhm.
with that until a point, and there was clearly a disconnect in their
Yeah.
relationship, more so on her side than his. Like, he was content, he was happy, he was okay, he was living his life, and then, but that was his one cardinal rule. That was his one thing that he had, and she broke it.
Yeah.
And I loved that. That road back, I thought, was so interesting. Where it's like, oh, maybe I should have been paying attention more. Like, maybe this is on me a little bit, and maybe this
Mhm.
is. And I like that we can have this conversation about cheating. I think cheating is such a complicated
Yeah.
topic that I fully don't even know how I fully like feel about like getting back together after a situation like that. Like,
Yeah, I
it's
was
such
gonna
a
say
nuance.
depending on who you talk to, like something like that happens no matter what. They're like, that's it. Like you know, if you can't be trusted at that one point, then that's it. You know.
It's so much nuanced too. Like, I think, I think if she would have hit it, then that would have been a conversation. It was like, nope, you should leave her. You shouldn't do this to her. But she does handle it in
Yeah.
probably the best way she possibly could. Where
Yeah.
immediately after, he's like, shit, this happened. I did pull away, but
Yeah.
again, for like some people that like that is a
That's
make or
enough to just
break.
be like,
That's
yep,
enough.
that's it. Yeah.
But they also have this nuanced thing of like, well, they've been married 37 years or whatever, and they have 3 kids, and they have such a great dynamic with all their friends, and do they want to, like, there's so much that goes into it and their dynamic.
Mhm.
And like I think that was really fascinating, and I liked the like resident consequences of her like not feeling normal in their relationship afterwards, that guilt that
Mhm.
followed her, and the like, oh baby, I love you, I'll get anything for you, I'll get your chair. And also like his like, I don't freaking want this, that's not my
Yeah,
wife.
it's like,
I thought the woman I
yeah.
married. I thought that was so adorable and cute, and I think most shows would have just wiped it under the covers as soon as it was done. It's like, okay, they're back to normal, whatever, moving on. It's like
Mhm.
it's
But
an
yeah,
arc.
it lingered for a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Like it was, yeah, it very much so was prevalent. And I do think that too is like their whole dynamic, like their family dynamic is so so interesting. Like they'll like talk crap about their kids, and then like, but then they'll like fold. They're like, oh no, we're not doing this for them. We're not doing this for them. And then they'll fold and be like, oh yeah, sure, I'll make you dinner, or like, okay, we'll do this, or I'll help you with your laundry or whatever. And it's like, it's so funny.
Yeah, no, I
Bro,
like
that
it a
also
lot.
that dynamic too is what was the son's name that came home from
Connor?
school? Connor. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
Connor, Liz, and Summer. But Summer
Yeah.
as a character, oh
Oh
boy,
my
I don't.
gosh.
That was such a.
That
I
was
think,
that's a very CW, like that was the
yeah,
CW storyline of the, yeah.
I didn't like that. I liked it like to an extent. Like, I liked like Liz's original like fuck, like I am not in a good place after what I've seen and what has happened, and I just fell into the temptation. But I think the aftermath was a little bit silly to me, and
Yeah.
the like TikTok thing I thought was so
Oh, no.
like,
Oh yeah, the diss track.
and like both what Jimmy and Paul being like, this really slaps. I was like, no, it doesn't. It sucks. It's not a good song.
Yeah.
I thought that was so.
Aw. That was funny though.
There's some side characters. Julie has been kind of a more regular character,
Mhm.
which I love that actress. That actress
Yeah.
is incredible. Anything she's in, I adore. So it's cool seeing her as like a reoccurring character. They're moving in now. I wonder if she's going to be a more regular moving into season 3. Shout out to Grace. I actually really liked that character too. Actually, like, I joke about it because she's a silly little character, but also I like.
Mhm.
I think that's a good representation of trauma as well in a relationship. Like, I don't like it obviously, but
Yeah.
it's good to see that she went back to him like 4 separate times, because that's how
Yeah.
trauma works. That's how abuse works. That's how fear works. Is
Mhm.
this impossible cycle that she had to be pushed to her breaking point again and again to finally get it. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's Stockholm syndrome, man. Like that's how that works. And I as frustrating as it was, I thought that's also really important to tell that story, because I think, like plot lines like that appear a lot in like your 911s or like your NCISs and stuff, but typically those stories end in a nice little bow at the end, being like, all right, she's out of there and we saved her. But I think in this format they're able to be like, it's not that easy. Sometimes.
It's not that easy, yeah.
You can't. Sometimes it's really hard to leave those situations. It's scary. It's so I appreciate them so much for being able to tackle storylines like that. I think it's important, and hopefully if anyone has watched this show and they end up in a similar situation, they can look at that and be like, okay, there are ways out of that. There's ways of moving.
Yes, that also don't involve pushing people off cliffs. Don't do that.
By the way, that was such a crazy way to, I don't know, end the season. But also,
I was like, what is this show turning into? I was like, oh my gosh.
But also, like, and that also happens. Like sometimes you I think that happens a lot in these cases where good people are pushed to a point of no return. Like she blacked out and did it, and
yeah.
Like, you know, we want to sit here and say, like, oh, we would never do this. But also, I could see a world where sometimes it happens. Like sometimes that's a real thing that would happen.
Yeah.
And, like, again, like we all want to say, like, I would never. But she probably said that same thing. And, like, I like Sean, like, oops, door just opened.
Is your house haunted, Darren?
No, it's my dog. You mentioned a couple things.
Oh no, so what was I gonna say? I'm trying to think. Oh, so another, I guess, side character that I really liked. Darren can jump in on this when he gets back. But I guess my second reference to the middle tonight, the dad from the middle, was one of Paul's clients that he was like, he had to kind of send on his way for a little bit to make room for Sean. And then I loved how, like, eventually he, like, went back to him and is like, he sat down, they had the beer together, they went, go out for coffee and things like that. It was like, oh, Paul made a friend. Like, it was great. It was great.
That's the, like, one unethical thing in the show that I fully support. I'm like, yeah, like, he's no longer your client.
Yeah.
I think that's completely fine. I
don't
100%. Like legally, it might have some ramifications if something happened legally. Like, I think something would have to happen. Like there would have to be like some altercation would happen, and then maybe.
Well, no, I think the issue would be if then, as friends, he started talking about like his other patients with him or something like that.
Sure.
Breaking like a HIPAA violation or something.
He couldn't like he couldn't go to court with him as his like previous therapist, like defending his word, because there's now that.
Yes, then now it's tainted by the friendship. Yes, like he couldn't defend his character as a therapist, but he could defend his character as a friend.
Sure. Yes.
He could be a character witness in that regard. Yeah.
I wanted to say something about Sean before my door slammed open. Like just like his blackout stuff too, like just like in comparison to Grace's, like I liked that, like it wasn't this like I got so mad and I just got in this fight. It's like he blacked out, like he wasn't really aware of what was happening. Like it just lets how trauma manifests, and also his whole like PTSD thing I thought was very well done as well. I really appreciated. The only other big character I feel like I need to mention is Lewis. I think he's the other big one.
Yeah.
Played by the incredible Brett Goldstein, who is a character in my other favorite Apple TV series, Ted Lasso.
Another Ted.
Another Ted, no, for sure. I and it's very interesting because like that was one of the biggest pitches for me to watch this show. Is people were like, it's like a different version of Ted Lasso. It has a lot of the same themes and ideas and style in terms of like how the shows are written and stuff like that with his characters, but Lewis and Roy Kent are so dramatically different characters. Like they could not be similar characters. It's so interesting to watch the parallel of like just the like duality of actors. It's so interesting to me of like, oh my god, he's so different from his counterpart on that show. It's so interesting. If you ever dive into Ted Lasso, I'll be very curious to hear your thoughts on Roy
My
Kent.
plan is to definitely watch it. soon. Like I've got my subscription. Well, you know too is I started obviously I started Player Abyss as
Yes.
well. I gotta still get back to it. I watched the first episode, so I judgment reserved. I did, like I said, I didn't 100% vibe with it initially, but I'm willing
wondering
to
if
give it a little bit more of a
if it won't
chance.
be up your alley though, because I think that's
Yeah,
one of the better episodes, so that'll be interesting.
yeah. So I saw mixed stuff on it. Like I saw a lot of people really love it, like you did, and then I also saw some people that were like diehard, like Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul fans that were just like, yeah, it just didn't scratch that itch.
I get that. I liked it a lot. I think does have some flaws, especially in the middle bits. Like I definitely probably think it's probably the weaker of the 3 shows that he's done, unfortunately. Not bad. It's just he made 2 masterpieces. And it was like I think that was a part of it. It's like when you're expecting a Mona Lisa, sometimes if it's anything less than like
yeah, well, like I went into it thinking like, oh, it was gonna be this like amazing like piece of cinema, and I was just like, it's a TV show. Like I was like, it's not a bad TV show. It just like it's a little slow, you know. But again,
I thought the first episode like was a masterpiece. So
okay.
To, like contrast that. I will say I started rewatching Ted Lasso this week, like with my mom, which was interesting because season 4 is approaching this summer. So I was like, I this is a show I've always wanted to show her. I probably won't get finished rewatching it before season 4 comes out, but I was like, I want to take her on that journey. That's a show.
Nice.
So, I mean, that's another summer show I'm excited for. Like that, we can add that to like the summer roster.
Well, didn't it? So, if I'm not mistaken, it ended initially, right? Yeah. And then they brought it back like very quickly, like within a year or something. Like they announced that it ended, and then they revived it.
It officially ended in 2023. And it was, but like it was a weird conversation though, because going into the final season, it was almost like they weren't sure if it would be the final season. Like they were like, it was like it will most likely be, but we'll see. They went kind of back and forth. We're going into the final episode. We technically did not know if it was the series finale or not until it was like out, and then was like, yes, this is the series finale. But it ends in such a way where it's like, I'll be back. Like if it kind of felt like a. I don't want to spoil it, but it felt like a more of like
an open-ended.
Yeah, like one character was wrapped up, but the rest was like to the point. Like Brent's character in this show, I was like, give him a spinoff. Like I'd like to see like more of this world. And so I know there's a lot of people that are kind of against it coming back, but I am personally kind of down because I didn't feel. Like I think it was a good ending, but I was like, there's characters I will still need more of, and I want more of, and I want more of this world, and I'd watch more. So I'm personally really excited for the show to return, as long as they don't drop the ball. Like if it comes back and it's not as good, then I'll be like, okay, you should have left it alone. But I'm excited for now. I'm excited to see what they do. So yeah. Do you have anything else for Shrinking? We're hitting that 3-hour mark. I think
it's time for us to call it there. There's a lot more that, of course, that I do want to discuss, but I want to wait until you've seen up through our current point in season 3. But yeah, again, I think that this is kind of like this was a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Again, I didn't know the show existed. I'm very, very happy that I was shown the series, and it clicked with me very quickly, and I'm excited for the show in the future, and I can't wait to see where it takes us.
I'm really excited to do this show. I like shows like this where we can almost have hopefully like almost our own little therapy sessions for the next couple weeks of just like dissecting these shows and these feelings. I really liked this convo that we just had. Like we had some really good like that. Like this is the kind of stuff I started the show for just having these very complex, deep conversations about shows we love. And not saying we don't have that with other shows, but I like shows that give us this ability to do that. Why I love doing this stuff. So this was awesome, and I hope we get to continue to do so. Next couple weeks, that's going to kind of be the. Let me actually pull it up because I did make an update. I kind of want to look at that right before we head out.
Okay.
The updated schedule for the next couple of weeks. I I don't know how popular it's going to be with the audience, but I'm kind of really excited for the next couple weeks to experiment a little bit before we head into the craziness of the new year, or not new year, but new lineup of stuff.
New seasons. Yeah.
While I pull this up, anything you'll have to shout out, promo, any of that jazz?
No, I mean, I guess I technically did put my first actual video that wasn't a short out in, what was it, 5 months or something? Let me look at my channel real quick. I think it was 5 months.
I did see that.
It was just a little, or 6 months actually. Just a little clip from the from the stream a couple weeks ago, with some extra B-roll for Resident Evil stuff. I'm gonna get my what is it, Fallout Soda review up from last stream, and clip together some of my Fallout stuff. Then I guess go back to working on those Dexter videos, but I'll definitely get something up for Resident Evil once it's out. I'll play it a little bit, maybe do kind of like a first impressions video, record some gameplay and stuff like that. I think that'll be a fun one as well. Maybe actually do a real, just a sit down commentary, whether it's just kind of like a partially on camera or scripted thing. We'll figure it out based off of how I feel. But I certainly do want to do something for Requiem in the first couple weeks that it's out. So
nice.
Yeah.
Go check that stuff out. Speaking of the Fallout stuff, we have the compilation coming out on Sunday. So if you maybe missed our reviews throughout the season, it will have all about 5 hours of our conversations throughout the last couple of months. So that should be fun. In terms of the next couple of weeks on the show, I made our official list of kind of where we're at and with this show and kind of where we're going. So, oopsies, what the hell? That was weird. Where the heck did it go? There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, so yeah, this week we did Shrinking Catch Up. This was the vibe. Next week, we are going to be jumping into Shrinking as a weekly series. This is something I want to talk about for at least for this month. Next month might be a different conversation. We'll have to talk about what's all on the schedule and what we can fit in, realistically, due to just everything crazy. But we are going to be picking up Black Mirror starting next week. This I like Black Mirror being a fill-in for just sometimes we need something a little extra. We talked about Shrinking a lot today, but it was also like a whole 2 whole seasons.
Kind of a big catch up. Yeah,
it was our first time ever talking about it, so it won't be as long, I think, in future endeavors.
I mean, we could probably make them like a 30-45 minute segment.
Exactly. So starting next week, and again, I will keep y'all posted right before, because I know it's not a weekly show or whatever, but we will be covering episode 3 of Black Mirror. So season 1, episode 3. Last time we covered episode 2. And we're going to kind of do that for a couple weeks here. Shrinking. It'll be Shrinking again following week, and then episode 4. We're going to take a break from that and do Ted season 2. Hypothetically, obviously, as it gets closer, we may have to talk about we need to push back or whatever. But the plan is Ted season 2 and then Shrinking. Then we'll be back on it. And of course, if anything comes out, we have to push it back. This is all like tentative, just
tentative stuff. Yeah.
Hypothetical, what the plan is. If stuff comes out, we're like, okay, we're not going to do it this week, or we don't have time to watch it. Then we'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
And then that will kind of be hypothetically the wrap up of the Black Mirror stuff for the year, unless we have another bear point in the back half of the year or something. But for now, we will do 3, 4, and 5. So we'll do 3 episodes over these next couple of weeks, and then we start getting into Invincible. We start getting into Daredevil. As we lead into April, we have things like Darth Maul. We have The Boys with Ben.
Yeah.
We have Black Mirror is going to take you forever. Again, these are very sporadic. Like that's kind of the point. We just fill one in. Like we could easily binge the season, but like these are our fill-in.
Yeah, no, just fill in some gaps. Yeah,
I like.
It'll always be there.
Yes, I want to always have those episodes just kind of waiting for us. We can dive into when there's a bear point. I think that's a fun show to do that with. We had a lot of fun last time. I know you said it wasn't like your favorite thing like in the world, but we had also some very deep conversations.
Again,
over these next couple of weeks with Shrinking and Black Mirror, I'm low-key really excited for these conversations going to.
Yeah, these are going to just be like full-on therapy sessions at this point.
I'm down. These are some of my favorite episodes to do when we just can sit down and have these like philosophical conversations. That's one of my favorite. Like I'm excited for X-Men to come back because in season 1, it was me and Darth just having these like deep, like what does life mean conversations, and like what's like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm so excited for that to be back as well. But
Yeah.
Chaz, thank you for joining me. This was a great.
Well, thank you for having me.
Shout out to Ben. He was here earlier. Pipeline. Thursday we were doing our Muppets episode. That was very fun. We had singing Kermit on for that episode, so that was fun. Got some stuff on coming up. We got we're filming the Endgame and Far From Home episode of the retrospective this week. That will be fun. That'll be out the following week. And Game of Thrones, I mean not Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings episode is coming up here shortly as well. I'm excited for that. And yeah, without further ado, I will catch you guys later.